jeez. Now, a couple episodes ago, you managed to get comfortable in that chair while making no noise. The total absence of noise. Yeah. I guess today's not that day.
Nah, well, with age.
With age aged a lot in the past couple weeks. Oh, jeez.
Do you mind closing the window behind you so that we don't hear the sounds of London, Ontario, Canada?
Riff-raff.
The other day, a coworker told me that somebody came in because they wanted a drink because they picked up rock salt thinking it was crack.
Oh.
And then ate it.
Oh.
I don't know why you eat it.
I don't think you're supposed to do that.
Apparently, you can eat crack.
I don't.
That's a hot tip in the first 30 seconds of our podcast.
Fantastic.
Show me one other podcast that gives you those kinds of tips.
Yeah, if you want to get into crack, start by eating it. Don't go straight to the needle.
Yeah, no, you want to, first of all, you want to find it too. It's got to be found crack.
Yes.
It's artisanal. It's found.
It's farm to table?
It's petri dish or...
Petri dish.
I don't know what they make of it.
Petri dish to dirty hand.
Whatever they're mashing what do they mash it with?
I don't know. Baking powder, soda? Oh, no, because in Scary Movie, Cindy's dad says baking soda, not baking powder, because baking powder guys will have muffins growing out of their nose.
Damn.
So that's how you know. That's the mnemonic device
makes sense.
for that.
Oh my god. Well, now that is two cold facts right there for you.
You can come to us for all your hard drug information.
And your coughs.
And your coughs.
Way away from the microphone.
Yeah, and you add 2 E's to that, and you got Dark Roast Cult Coffee.
Ooh.
Which you can find at grindhousemovie.club.
Ooh, which is a website that is a whole, it's a thing you could go to.
Yeah.
You can go to that website.
You type that shit in, something's going to pop up.
Something.
For sure.
Hopefully it's us. Hopefully you don't go to butts.com.
Yeah.
Butts.com.
Brian's Dickhead Coffee Company.
Oh, I went to Starbucks today.
Yeah, you did.
Oh my god, the whole place was full of dance moms and dance daughters.
That's not great.
Yeah, it's weird to see children wearing makeup. I don't like to see it like small people have adult faces.
There's something, bizarrely unnerving about a child dressed like an adult.
Yeah, I just don't see why you got to look like that while you dance.
And then for some reason, people really like the other way around. Belle Delphine is famous as fuck, and she dresses up like she's 16.
I don't like any of it.
You know?
I don't like a single thing about it.
It's known on the internet now as pedo-baiting.
Well,
when you deliberately look younger than you are. Actually, when you deliberately look underage. Let me clarify that. I think every person, a lot of women like to look younger than they are.
It's a thing.
Those ones, it's your birthday. How old are you? 29. Again?
Boy, shut up. Boy, do you ever get a look when you say again?
Yeah, shut up, sis.
Well, none of that happens on our website. For the love
no,
of God,
that's true.
Go
you get
there.
2 grown-ass, hairy, disheveled adults talking for hours about horror movies, and you could drink coffee and wear shirts while you listen to that.
How are we going to let them know that we're vascular?
I apologize. 2 grown-ass, hairy, veiny adults. Pulsing adults here.
Throbbing
adults. That was the word I was looking for. Yep, you got there.
Well,
I'm so happy.
Again, none of that's on the website. That is just the podcast and coffee and whatnot. And the whatnot is very basic whatnot.
Yeah, you're not going to get put on a list that monitors your internet activity.
Yeah, all right, that's fine, because we do have an email list if you want to get on that.
And that list is harmless. The FBI doesn't look at that list.
That list I forget about a lot. So anyway, that's the website, grindhousemovie.club or darkroastcult.com or
oh yeah, dude.
I don't know.
All over the map. On that note, speaking of all over the map, you can listen to this just about anywhere.
You can.
Cool.
Spotify?
Yeah, man.
Oh boy, Amazon?
Just killing it with the coverage here. We're spread thin. Like a clean sheet.
My preferred favorite is Apple, because that's
the one you like the most.
It's already on my phone. Why would I look elsewhere for other things? But
I do have Spotify on my phone.
Well,
so there is that.
Do you subscribe to the podcast?
I goddamn should, as it turns out.
Wow.
Slacking.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
What an asshole, you know? You think
Wow.
that, yeah, I'm pretty much subscribed to the podcast, like, with my life.
That's fair. That's
All
fair.
right.
I don't listen to the podcast. I just upload it and then I look at my phone and I wait for it to go bloop bloop.
I'll tell you when I listen to the podcast. When I'm trying to make sure I'm not repeating the same themes for movies as the previous week for you to pick from.
Well, I gotta
Because
tell
I try
you,
to switch it up.
I would never know. I would never know if you did that to me or not. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. Well,
So what fucking movie did we do this week?
what movie did we do this week? I'll tell you. I'll tell you what movie we did. A movie I've never seen before. A movie that was probably scary when it was made the first time. I feel like people were in mines a lot more in the 80s.
Yeah.
Mines aren't so scary these days. Nothing really scary about a mine.
Well, there's, yeah. In this movie there is, though.
And oh, by the way,
There's a couple scary things. Mostly explosions and incompetence.
So everybody knows,
Yeah.
I'm going to be using some words in this podcast.
At least 2 words.
I got one word right now, and I
Yeah.
need you to know that when I say this word, I'm referring to people who work in a mine.
Okay, so before you do
Not
that,
the other one.
Before you do that,
Oh, God.
I need to read to you. The movie we did this week was My Bloody Valentine.
Yep.
Also known as My Bloody Valentine. I need to read to you my 2 sentences or less.
All right, give me them.
In My Bloody Valentine, see, this takes place over Valentine's Day weekend. So, for Valentine's Day weekend, people in the town of Harmony are penetrated by a miner against their will.
I gotta cross my legs differently because I just can't get right after that sentence.
That is probably the best 2 sentences or less I've ever had the luxury of writing.
That's the spicy. That's the one.
That one wrote itself, and I'm so excited to be able to say it.
Wow,
in public.
You're a better person having said so.
The whole time, the Louis C.K. joke: a minor, not a minor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I wanted to get that across. Like we are
like a grown adult that works at a mine.
Exactly. Mine was not so good. Mine was just the children yearn for the mines.
Well, they do keep going the fuck back to
They
the
do.
mine, like the whole movie. Let's just go back to the mine.
No.
Yeah, I'd rather not.
You mean that thing where you have to look at birds to make sure they're still alive so that you know
Yeah.
it's safe for you? I'm good. You mean the thing under the earth where the earth could just go, I'm done having these tunnels and just
I don't like not being supported here.
one little quake and
Let me just
we're
stretch
fucked?
and crack my back. That's the sound of a mine collapsing,
Yeah. Like, oof. Oof.
which is not too dissimilar from what it sounds like when I crack my back, to be honest. I'm 80.
Look, this movie this is the 2009 remake
Yes.
of the 1981 according to IMDb.
I thought it was earlier, but that's fine.
So yeah, I don't know.
I will say the movie was made for 3D. And now that it's not in 3D, it's really easy to tell that it was made for 3D.
Yeah, movies that are made for 3D don't age well.
No.
Friday
They don't really, from the second they get out of the theater, if you don't have the glasses, it sucks.
Friday the 13th Part 3.
Yeah.
It's just a whole lot of things real close to the camera.
Yep,
and
it
you're
sure
like, this
is.
is a different way to make a movie.
This
This movie is the exact same.
I wrote, I think, every instance that I noticed where a scene was entirely in service of 3D technology.
I tried really hard to do that too. It's funny.
There's
like,
so many, dude.
so many films have been made between Friday the 13th Part 3 and this movie, and so few of them have been in 3D.
Yeah.
So to see like Friday the 13th Part 3 and go, oh, well, we'll do that too. Same technology.
Seems to have gone well. Yeah, it hasn't really developed. There hasn't really been a whole lot of innovation in the way of making it seem like something's jumping out of the television at you.
No, it's just a whole lot of making it come right at the camera and then hoping that people go, oh,
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Gee,
I gotta get out of the fucking way of these. Like in Jackass with the dildos. That was fine with me.
It was fine with the dildos.
It was fine with the dildos.
Not the first time I had a dildo that close to my face. It probably won't be the last.
Grindhouse.movie.club.
This entire movie is predicated upon Jensen Ackles not being able to do his job properly.
I don't know who that is, but I'm guessing it's the police officer, judging by just how incompetent every cop is in this film.
I meant the main
one.
character, Tom.
Oh.
is Jensen Ackles.
Oh, yeah.
The whole movie wouldn't exist if he just bled those fucking lines in the mine.
Oh, yeah.
Everything would be okay.
Well, hey, when you're in the mine, you gotta bleed the main line. That's what I don't know. It rhymes. There's no. How do you not remember to do that when it rhymes?
The lines in the mines need to be bled.
Every time I take a piss, I'd be like, bleed the line. Now I gotta go bleed the line.
Yeah, we got to get that methane out of there because otherwise it explodes and it turns a man insane.
Not only does it turn a man insane, it ruins families.
A lot of them.
A lot of fathers didn't come home
Generations.
to their shepherd's pie that evening. A lot of flattened people in the earth. A lot of already like out of the box funerals. You had to just add sadness.
I think it's on deck. We're already buried. You don't got to pay any money.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It's
just
fine.
Bring them right here, and this is where we'll cry.
Yeah.
You can see their arms sticking out of the rubble.
Look at that. He's giving you the finger.
You could do one last high five. What's that?
With that rigor mortis hand. You have no choice but to leave him hanging forever.
Yeah. And because of the animals, they're not gonna.
No.
They're not gonna.
And like, what's he gonna do? Put his arm down?
Not with that rigor. Not with that rigor. This movie starts with newspaper clippings.
Yeah, which just tell you the story that you don't get to see.
Yeah.
Basically catching you up to speed to what they present as present day, but then it turns out it's not. It's still in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So cool.
Lines weren't bled, so bad things happen.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
Mm-hmm. Mine explosion. A guy goes crazy and kills some people while he's trapped in there, and then they rescue him, and he continues to be crazy.
You know what? I wouldn't say he's that crazy. His logic is kind of sound.
It is. I agree.
He killed the people in the mine to preserve the oxygen for himself.
Here's the thing, though. Above ground in a hospital, plenty of oxygen in there. They got it in tanks.
Oh yeah. His logic ended when he got out of the mine.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. Also,
probably I just need to kill now because I've done it.
Yeah. We go from like that to like the hospital, and the nurses. She walks into like the little, you get those like curtains that go all the way around.
Privacy curtains.
Yeah, she walks in there and she just starts examining the fluid bag. I don't know how the fuck she didn't look in the bed.
Walks right past the empty bed where the guy was in a coma for a long time in that bed. So he didn't move.
No.
And now he has.
It's vastly different. The room is vastly different.
That's the first. This bitch sucks at Where's Waldo.
As well, how did you not just see him in the next bed over killing somebody? Just sitting there covered in blood. How is that not also something you're taking note of?
It takes a certain type of person to rip their own IV out.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
I think maybe I would, but I think that's also a prerequisite for being a murderer. Like, it increases the chance that the person is a murderer if they're capable of removing their own IV without going like, ugh.
You stay the fuck over there. You stay on your
I'm
couch.
saying I would be grossed out by it, but fuck, if I want that out of me.
I don't like the way you look at me. I like you're trying to bleed my lines.
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that methane in you.
You just squeeze the farts out of me. That sounds lovely.
I'm just gonna dilate it. This is the second podcast in a row where I've said dilate in reference to a butt. I'm not happy.
So, dead. Everybody's dead.
Everybody's dead.
Everybody's dead because of negligence.
Here's my thing, like, we just go like to a teen drinking party.
Well, the police show up right to the hospital,
yeah.
And then you're like, oh, like if I arrived to this hospital and saw what this sheriff saw, I'll be like, well, clearly surgery was not a success.
Mm-hmm.
The body rejected whatever it was.
I hope he signed some kind of malpractice waiver before getting his heart taken out like that.
Yeah, you see like a dude ripped in half, and
that half body, by the way, is the fakest corpse.
It is.
If you look at his face, those eyes don't open.
Well, look, it's a half man. Do you really want to see a real half man? I would just watch
Game of Thrones.
Wow. Actually, you probably...
That's what he fucking calls himself. It's not I'm not being... If I wanted to see a half man, I would just continue to watch this movie, to be honest.
There you go.
I'll just wait another 15 minutes.
Yeah, you will.
The other two sentences or less I had actually was...
Shit. No.
Even though I passed up Leprechaun, there still is one.
No, don't say it. Don't you say it.
There's still one.
So we follow the cop out of that room and down the hallway, and you just see that everybody in the hospital.
Oh, it's a massacre in there. Looks like the Planet Terror Hospital.
It's to the point where it's like there's not enough doctors.
Or police.
We'll just give up.
Yeah, well, fine.
But
this is a janitorial issue now. The blood is out of the body and on the walls and floor.
Yeah. There's nothing we can do. But
I'm going golfing.
Let's get that little Zamboni cart that slow guy drives around and buffs the floor with. We'll put a little cow catcher on that.
A cow catcher.
So yeah, and now we're at a fucking cool teen drinking party. That's taking place in a mine.
The first instance of the 3D really taking away from the movie itself, because it's so noticeable that you get distracted and you lose your immersion, is that whole crime scene in the hospital. Because the sheriff's there, and he's walking down a hall, and they make him stand in a certain position to get the depth of field right so that he pops out.
Oh, yeah, they do the thing where they, like, walk toward, but then also zoom out.
Yeah.
They do that also, a couple times.
Unnecessary, like, it needed to be as blurry as it was in the background in order for it to work from a technological level, but then, like, I can't see what's going on in the background until you rack focus. Like, I'm just sitting there waiting.
You know what? They probably could have, I don't know, filmed two different versions.
That's literally what I thought. Yes. And then, so that when I completely legally acquire a film, I know that it's not, I don't need glasses for it.
Exactly.
It didn't say 3D in the title.
So, the cop peels back some bed sheets, and there's just like a dead lady there.
Yeah.
And she's just split between the tits.
Mm-hmm. He got really in there.
He did.
That's the worst motorboat I've ever seen.
That's the fucking Titanic crash right there. And I don't. First of all, my favorite characters in this movie got to be these two old police officers. Because he peels back that thing, sees that she's split down the tits there, and it's just like, wow. Happy fucking Valentine's Day.
Like, what is going on in Harmony where you don't even bat an eyelash at that horrid shit? The heart's in the fucking Valentine's chocolate box.
I noticed a lot of people.
It's like, just another day at the office.
There's a lot of people in this movie who are just like, it's just bloody murder, whatever the fuck.
Crazy.
Like, just everybody.
Yeah, nobody really reacts. There's Sarah and Megan are the only ones that react to, like, murder or being murdered, like, appropriately. Everybody else treats it like it's just like it's roadkill.
This is
interesting to look at, but I'm still driving.
It's not their first rodeo.
Yeah, exactly.
So after that, I think they find like her heart in a box.
Yeah, in a Valentine's chocolates.
Yeah.
Which is the common theme. If you've seen the original movie, a lot of the stuff makes sense. Because that's what he did in the original.
I was really hoping that, like, My Bloody Valentine, it was going to have nothing to do with Valentine's Day, but here we are.
No, it's fucking...
Whatever.
Not only is it Valentine's Day weekend, it's the anniversary of a murder spree on Valentine's Day weekend. That's the setting for this movie after this flashback.
I was really hoping that it was just like somebody was named Valentine, or it was like the Valentine Mine, you know? It's not.
Fuck.
Don't say fuck.
I said fuck 3 times in a row. Fuck this teen drinking party in the mine.
Why? Not
only were people just murdered there. Like, I don't know what the timeline is between getting him out and him coming out of the coma. It can't have been very long. Because Jensen Ackles is there too, and he's the reason why there were murders.
Yeah.
So
you don't really piece that together till toward the end there, but yeah, he was he's the guy who got all those people murdered in that exact spot.
During all the news articles, it's a picture of his face, and the headline is "I forgot to bleed the lines." So it does tell you, but and then like there's you wouldn't think that though, because what decent loving girlfriend in her right mind would take her boyfriend to the survivor's guilt scene that he just created?
He's like the tag along too.
We're fucking Axel, the other main character in the movie, doesn't even like him.
Axel and some girl who's not Isabel, because later there's somebody named Isabel. I had to go on IMDb to look this up to try and figure out what her name was.
I believe it's Irene. Because
Irene.
Later on he's watching the porno, and it's like it's part of you thinks that he's reminiscing about her.
Yeah,
you know.
But like, so it's Axel, a blonde person who looks very much so like Irene.
I think it's the only blonde chick in the movie, so I just consider them both to be Irene. Fuck it.
Well,
And like, there's throwaway lines about how they used to date.
There's a big issue coming up.
Yeah. Oh, there's a bunch.
So, yeah, we're joined with Axel and some blonde lady. I don't know who this blonde lady is. It can't be Irene. There's no possible way it can be.
Okay.
Unless Dr. Frankenstein exists. So, we're joined by these two.
Because it's a completely different actor.
No, you'll.
Okay. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know if that's the same blonde. I mean, it's
Severance.
It's a drinking party, but oh man.
So
what, did she lose her job?
It is the same blonde because she's got the streak of color in her hair.
Okay.
So cool. we're joined Axel and this lady.
They should have clarified that.
They should have.
It wasn't here.
They should have
looking
done
like an asshole with pie on my face.
They should have done something. But
they should have done a lot of stuff that they did.
This is their fault.
Yeah.
So we join these two, and oh look, here comes Sarah. What's her face's friend?
Yeah.
And her boy that she's invited to the mine party, who is Tom.
Yep. How about this?
You get invited to your own fucking house party, Tom? The fuck?
Don't go to the mines for the party. I'm too traumatized to enjoy the drinks I'm drinking.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe tell your dad that there's children in the mines.
Yeah.
They yearn for the mines.
I think in even 1981 there were child labor laws. So those kids should be nowhere near mines.
Oh, yeah, like it. But no, they were just like, they get that fucking, I gotta get into a mine now.
Yeah, I gotta
find coal.
You could have had the party at Axel's dad's place in the woods by the mine.
Coulda.
That way you're nowhere near the mine.
Yeah,
I mean, you're near it, but you're not in it.
But you're also near the witch den where he humps, look, I don't know, underage kids. How old's Megan supposed to be?
I don't know. All I know is that that's a filthy mattress, and it's just a mattress and blanket.
Yeah, it
not treating his mistress with the utmost care here.
We'll come to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, they just go into they. Yeah,
we'll just go in the mines.
There's a picture taken of the two.
Yep.
And then they go into the mine, and then what's his face is hesitant about getting in that mine.
Tom,
he's like,
no, I forgot the beers in there. You deliberately forgot.
I forgot.
Them. All right.
A beer.
Did he say a beer?
He said a beer. One single beer. I got to go back for that one beer. There's not going to be beers in here.
I'm starting to shake.
So they go in there. They're having, I don't know. They're just talking. There's people. There's so many people.
Yeah.
And they're all just going in a direction down this mine. They seem to know where they're going.
Which is weird because mines are a fucking labyrinth.
And there's just so many people. It's like there's cars out front. There's a lineup of cars, like they pull up to all. I know exactly where you're going already. The fucking mine.
Yeah.
All these people are getting in the mine, and then so we were walking around in the mine, and
yeah.
So it's just a lot of people in the mine.
Yeah.
I can't stress that enough.
It's important.
It's like at least 2 school buses of people, but they all drove their own car.
It's a very pivotal point during this scene that there are many people in this mine.
So yeah, they take a picture, say over the pants hand job, ha 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 ha.
Yep. No, it's hilarious. Sarah is wearing the see-throughest white shirt ever woven.
Hey.
It's just, I mean, you're going to wear a black bra underneath that, and then you're going to get upset when guys look at your tits?
Well, what do you wear when you go to a mine party?
Well, a headlamp at least. I'm not relying on battery flashlights here.
Fine. So there's at some point when they go into the mine, there's a dude in the distance. He just slinks around.
Yeah,
just a visual for the people at home. There's a dude in the distance slinking around in the mine.
Yep.
That's
which is where somebody's slinky. That's where you would find them.
Yeah. This has nothing to do with the story. It's just a guy.
Yeah.
No big deal. Just a guy. And then so as they're walking, suddenly there's nobody around.
Sarah gets like 20 feet into the mine and now it's empty.
Yeah.
Is there like a mine room where orgies are happening?
We overshot the party and now we're
just in a mine at night.
And some guy jumps out with a gas mask on. It's like,
yeah. Isn't that funny?
Didn't you think I was what's his name? Harry
Warden?
Yeah,
I guess.
Like he says he full names him and is like,
yeah,
that's weird.
And he's like, check this out. And he calls for a friend that doesn't exist, and it doesn't matter because he gets his eyeball taken out from the back.
Oh yeah, he gets picked for eye poppery.
Bam 3D right there. again, sort of loses its
It
its
does.
magic when it's not in 3D anymore.
Yeah, it
And
just
you're
kind of
isolating one particular spot in the shot.
all of a sudden his eyeball is a little bigger and closer to the camera, but it's hard to tell.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm looking at.
really fucks up the perspective.
So, great 3D, great. It just transcends time the way it does that.
So this is like, in a 3D movie that doesn't have the 3D function anymore when a jump scare is going to happen, because once again, Sarah's back is to the camera and she's the only thing in focus.
Mm-hmm.
So that Axel can grab her shoulders with this big overarching wraparound and then pull her into a hiding spot, which isn't one, it's just a wall.
Oh yeah. So before that happens though, they trip over about, I don't know, 2 to 3 dead bodies.
Yeah, there are some.
Just so you know that he's murdered everybody apparently.
Yeah, everyone else at this party is dead.
So many people.
Which
dead.
is very interesting. All
Yes.
those people in the mine are dead.
They are dead.
Mm-hmm. Hold on to that factoid.
Just keep it in your mouth. It's gonna melt a little bit.
Yep.
So yeah, then they
Like
get
an arrow bar.
So-
You want to feel those bubbles.
Axel and Mystery Woman
Yeah.
grab her, pull her in to this ingle nook that's I would say not hidden at all.
No.
As,
the only reason they're hidden is because it's very dimly lit in the mine.
Yeah. Dr. Pickax walks by, could look to his left and
or
see
right.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he don't.
No.
So he keeps walking, and then I think this is where Tom just kind of like stumbles over a dead body and just doesn't really care. He's more concerned with like the dude down toward the end of the mine shaft.
The guy with the flashlight that's like sort of in the...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a guy.
Vestibule is just a guy.
It's just a guy.
The guy with the vest. I call him Vestibule.
That's fine.
I thought that was Tom. Is that not Tom
no.
with the vest?
No.
Boy,
The guy
oh boy.
that calls out to the dude in the only guy at the party.
He calls him Jason.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, Jason.
So
First of all, this is the wrong movie, buddy." Very close though. Very
similar.
This guy. It's a lot of.
Mask.
I could see a lot of this in Friday the 13th.
A murder weapon that you would also use for farming.
Yeah.
So he goes, "Stop playing around. You're scaring me." Like, this is not... There's dead bodies on the ground.
Yeah.
Your friend Jason is not playing a prank right now.
Yeah. Do you think he really got everybody in on it? Like that in on
He
it?
brought blood and guts for this Valentine's Day prank on one guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense. So don't call out to the dude dressed in mining gear in the mine when there's dead bodies all over.
Yeah.
Probably avoid that man.
Turn off your flashlight.
Mm-hmm.
But no, he walks closer and then turns to his left
Yeah.
and just shines a light right on everybody like
Fucking
an ass.
outs all of the people trying to hide for their lives.
Like an ass.
Fantastic man, yeah.
Then and we're sure this isn't Tom because I get real mad at Tom.
Well, I mean, you could get mad at this guy. You could get mad at Tom for other reasons. Many of them.
Actually, sorry, I get mad at everybody else but Tom.
Oh, you
But-
should get mad at Tom too.
Well, I'm mad at Tom for other reasons, but if this isn't Tom, then I'm not mad at anybody
I don't.
else.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna keep pretending like it was Tom.
Okay.
Tom? I called white guys.
Tom shows up later on, just for like basically just long enough to get blood on his face. Because by that point, the sheriffs were already there, sort of. Like, he took forever he really didn't want to go in that mine.
Well, yeah.
That beer, he just went to the store and got them on foot.
I don't think he even had a beer when he showed up.
He didn't.
So, yeah, all right, fine. Oh, yeah, I guess this dude had curly hair, didn't he?
Yes.
Damn it.
Yeah, he did.
Damn it, I thought it was... Damn it!
But then, at this point, oh, man. Yeah, this is when this random blonde chick gets her head shoveled in half.
Yeah.
And it slides down the shovel. Problem is, again, this was for 3D, so it doesn't look good anymore.
It looks very, it really loses the effect.
There's something wrong about it in your brain, which is the problem.
It's like the way an ice cube slides when it's melted a little bit.
Yeah,
and
or like you put a pop can down on a wet counter.
Yeah, and it slides. It looked like that.
Yeah, not good.
I really wanted it to happen, and then it happened.
Yep.
As well. So like, they really ran out of things to make 3D in this film. Because every time this fucking guy shows up,
yeah,
and somebody's on the ground, he puts the pickaxe in their face like it's a microphone.
Yes.
And everybody just says "fuck you" into it.
He's the worst streeter interviewer
Yeah.
on earth.
Well, do you want to talk into this bloody pickaxe? That's his podcast. Do you want to talk into this bloody pickaxe?
So when Tom fucking shows up, he immediately pisses me off because he's like lightly sauntering away from this killer. The miner. I'm just going to call him the miner because it's funny. Like he's not running. And it's super fucking annoying. I think they're running out toward the truck and they sort of meet him.
It's vest guy.
Puffy vest. Yeah, I guess he does have a puffy vest on.
This is the guy.
Yeah, this is the guy.
Yeah, because they're running away.
Mm-hmm.
They're running to this very convenient, single, unobstructed vehicle.
Now it's important at this
dead
point.
Center.
Yeah,
right at the entrance.
It's important to note at this point that we made it very clear how many people were at this party and how many people were subsequently dead. I guess the miner, he had plenty of time to move vehicles out of his way. He must have.
He better have his driver's permit license,
Yeah.
learner's permit, wherever the American G1 equivalent is.
I think, yeah, it's just a learner's permit, which
Yeah.
you can get when you're 14, so fine. Maybe he just has one.
That's fine.
Either way, I mean, like, he must know how to drive both manual and automatic because this is a mining town, so a lot of those cars are probably stick.
Oh, yeah, big men love driving stick.
And I don't know how to do that.
Me drivey big stick. Crunk, crunk, crunk.
Yeah.
I'm doing the hand motion. I don't have a driver's license. I don't understand.
I like fondling a bobble and shaft at dick height, at the same height as my own bobble and shaft.
I sure do love just jamming a stick around until I stop hearing the gears make awful sounds.
And my knee hurts if I'm on the highway.
That's how you drive.
Yeah, it is.
Super
convenient. I'm super, like, it's cool that people swear by that in the year 2023.
Yeah. Well, that's where we are at this point.
We got cars that can shift for you. That's like choosing polio leg crutches instead of a wheelchair. The technology is improved.
Yeah. Yeah, fine. So we're running away from this pickaxe wielding motherfucker. And so, okay. I for most of the, up until you just told me it wasn't Tom, I assumed this was Tom.
The guy that gets hooked into the side, that is Tom.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm. He just shows up way later than the fucking dude that yells hello at the fucking miner.
Okay, because there's the puffy vest guy.
Yeah.
And then
everybody has a vest on except for Axel in this fucking movie. All right?
It's hard.
Vests are what's in.
Jay, all these white people look the same to me. So they're running and the miner uses his pickaxe like a vaudevillian cane. when somebody's gone over their stage time, they get hooked on and yanked.
He got hooked. Yeah.
So he does that and just like throws him into the wall and he falls over.
Well, he went to bed. He was tired.
Yeah, he took a little nap. I think he hit some lights and nothing happened, but he fell down and just stayed there smartly.
Mm-hmm.
And then the miner, for some reason, now has 2 pickaxes.
Yeah, I don't know where he got that second one.
And the ability to throw that pickaxe with
pinpoint, like a bushwhacking Australian man with a boomerang.
He should be a professional axe thrower. He should be one of those guys that goes to the axe throwing places and then drinks beer and throws axes and goes, ha ha ha.
I do this like every day. It's fine. I don't even have to look at the target.
I'm on a league.
Why is there a league for that?
Because
there shouldn't be.
He's and bearded too.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of beer in the beard, but you don't tell him because fuck that guy.
Nice
anyway,
beard.
Nice.
Alcoholism.
Yeah, I was gonna say beer stink.
So yeah, chucks it, and there's 2 scenes in this movie where Sarah specifically, for some reason, she really likes putting her face just close enough to something to maybe be stabbed by it.
Yeah.
In this case, she just fucking, and again, this is for the purpose of the 3D, so that you could have the pickaxe come through the window and lodge itself in it. But she just sits with her face right at the windshield,
mouth wide open,
as a pickaxe is flying towards her. And then even after it hits, because we want the 3D, she takes a beat before screaming about it.
Yeah, just because it could be in her socket and into her brain.
Yeah.
But who knows?
It wasn't, though.
No, it wasn't.
And then we all just leave Tom for dead. We all just get in the fucking truck and we leave Tom for dead.
I'm glad that this is a point that we're both making.
You have a truck. You could have hit the gas.
You made eye contact with him
as you were reversing away from him, leaving him to die in the mine.
You might as well have mouthed the word sorry and shrugged. Like, I don't know what to do.
God.
I have to go.
And then you're baffled that he left for 10 years?
Yeah. You left him with the murderer and then didn't see him for 10 years and then go, oh.
Hey, man. Long time.
Yeah, you're probably not upset about anything. Eh?
How are you holding up? I'm looking at you with my eyes in the way that the audience can tell that I'm still in love with you.
Where have you been? In the mine.
Sorry about that whole leaving you to be stabbed to death.
Yeah.
By a maniac.
I'm really happy that you didn't get stabbed to death by this maniac, who was then, like, shot by the police and chased off down the mine further. Like, I think he corners Tom, and this guy gets shot a couple times by the police who show up for some reason.
Yeah, they just show up.
As smart. These two old motherfucking on the ball cops who
the killer who just woke up at the hospital could be literally anywhere in town. He's got to be at the mine, though.
Yeah.
The first place we check, the mine.
I don't know if it was at the hospital or right now, but he's like, I didn't retire early enough. Or some shit like that. He's like, I picked the wrong time to choose my retirement.
Good day to be cheeky.
Yeah.
22 people are dead.
These two old guys, they plan out their lines. They got it pre-written in their head. Like, I'm waiting for the moment where I can say this generic cop thing to say.
Yeah. I wrote, taking the dude back to where he killed people with his incompetence is like having the surgeon who killed your mom on the operating table over for Thanksgiving. He's just got to sit there and look at what he's done.
Oh my God. Yeah, there's so they shoot the fucking guy and he stumbles into a pillar and that just collapses the entire mine.
Yeah, that just fucks the mine all up.
And they like chase him down a hole and that's that. You don't see anything else, so
nope.
I guess we're just gonna trust what people say in the film.
Yeah, we go ahead and assume he's dead.
You have to, because the cops say so.
Well, they just say the mine collapsed and he's buried in it somewhere. They don't even conclusively say he's dead, despite later on us finding out that he was indeed.
I'm gonna go ahead and just pitch that these police don't know what dead is.
No.
Because later on when they're like, so you killed him, right? And he's like, well, he couldn't possibly still be alive.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like 60-40.
I didn't see him die, but I mean, come on.
He was sitting there.
I'm pretty sure
we put him in the hole.
Yeah. When we put him in the hole, we took a lunch, and when we came back, they were already filling it in.
Yeah, it was great.
So we trust.
Let me tell you, they fucking bury this. Okay, it's a whole fucking you learned about the vigilante justice, which isn't a big deal. It shouldn't be. I'll explain why later. But if you're gonna bury somebody and you're not 100 that they're dead, maybe dig a deeper grave than one that he can just sit up in if he's alive still.
Yeah, just move a couple rocks.
Oh, I'm good. Oh, what's that, fresh air?
Oh, you piled rocks on top of me and didn't dig a hole at all?
Huh. Weird how I'm gone now.
Yeah, I'm just a big, strong, crazy, I don't know, look.
He's like the Terminator, for fuck's sake.
He's just a guy.
He gets shot like 3 times and he's just cool.
So this movie is like, it's like if Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Texas Chainsaw Massacre all got together and were like, let's just make a movie about a miner.
This time, all 3 of those characters are a miner.
You got just like, he should be dead. It's at this point he's been shot. Mm-hmm. Why is he still standing? Vigilante justice. And then like the way he kills people sometimes, like when he curb stomped him into the pickaxe, I was like, I could see that.
That's a Jason thing, yeah, for sure.
Like this crazy strength, like he took out an entire pillar of a mine.
Yeah.
You think that maybe bumping into that wouldn't...
That's just, the structural integrity of this mine is not great. And it's a miracle that more people haven't died in it.
They were one bassy rave song away from death.
Yeah, they fucking were. Like, mines have collapsed for less. Sometimes a loud cough is enough.
Oh, boy. So that's that, and now it's 10 years later.
Yeah. Surprise. And fucking Jensen Ackles is just back.
Yeah.
He's just back, and he's got a much nicer haircut, and now apparently he's a detective.
They put a little facial hair on that motherfucker.
Yeah.
And now he's the cop who just as capable and good as the other cops were, for sure.
Oh, yeah,
Because-
no, he's not a bad police officer
Yeah.
at all. The way that he takes his mistress in the squad car and his uniform out into the woods to fuck her discreetly.
It's definitely a witch's den. It's like a moldy house in the woods.
Yeah, man. Closet full of fucking chocolate boxes.
You should, Megan should have some more respect for herself. Like,
yeah.
you're letting this dirty cop rail you on a mattress.
I bet you his partner would be a lot more affectionate in bed.
You know the squatters like upstairs watching through the cracks in the floor,
Yeah.
just like
I live here now.
I squat and a show.
This is better than Saturday morning cartoons. So Tom's last name is Hanniger.
That's important to know because the mines are the Hanniger mines.
The sheriff's partner is the only black man in the entire town.
Oh no!
He probably
You made me say the word.
He probably fucking loves living there. Where his least favorite word is in the last name of the people who founded the town. He's probably the first free one in that town.
I've got nothing to say. I'll be over here if you need me.
I just sent a patrol down to Hanniger Mines.
Thanks for not hard R-ing it.
Yeah.
I've pulled my shirt collar loose. That thing is
It's not elastic. The elastic's done in it.
Yeah.
That's how hard I pulled it. I just wanted to point out they chose to name him that and then made a black man say his name. All right?
I don't think they thought that through. Because I didn't even think about that until you did just now.
So the way that we find out that Axel, first of all, is married to Sarah, who was Tom's boyfriend in the flashback from 10 years prior. The way that we find out that he is an infidel, an adulterous, horrible man, is the chick that he's banging works with his wife. Just the two of them in a grocery store that's literally shitting where you eat.
That is dipping your ink and putting it right in the company pen. That's what that is right there.
Oh,
How bad do you feel for Sarah that
holy shit!
he would rather bang this
the girl
child
that looks like
in
how Sarah looked probably 10 years ago.
Yeah, in the discreet mold house on a dirty mattress than at home in your
He doesn't like steak. He's a huge fan of burgers.
Anyway,
Fucking,
so there's no way that like
they eye each other right in front of Sarah in this fucking coffee shop. Like she's standing 4 feet away probably.
like,
And they just indiscreetly eye fuck each other.
I'll see you on the mattress where animals have definitely
Yeah.
given birth for
Hey,
sure.
I have a doctor's appointment. I'm going to be a little late to the grocery store. Also, and Sarah's just like, fine, but now where's my husband for an hour?
Probably it's Dr. Dick.
It's weird. I saw my husband drive into town right around the same time you came into work. How was
Yeah.
that doctor's appointment?
Huh. How was that
Also,
doctor's appointment?
Was it a doctor's appointment that he would need to be there for? It turns out yes, because she's fucking pregnant. And her way of announcing her pregnancy is to kiss him on the cheek in the mold house.
Oh, and
Yeah. Tell your wife I fucked ya.
yeah, she gives him a Valentine's thing, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't get you anything because I thought we were just fucking in a mold house."
Turns out, nah. Here's
like-
chocolates and a baby.
Yeah, that's fine because you've already given me something else, and I immediately I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, I thought it was just the nut.
And
It turns out that nut came with a surprise.
the nut took. And that whole thing doesn't come up ever again.
No, it sure doesn't.
The fact that she's pregnant means nothing to the film.
It almost comes up in the grocery store.
It comes so close to coming up.
Let me tell you right now that if I'm talking to my coworker about but Tom left for 10 years and Axel was the one who was there for me, and they respond with, but he's not anymore. Having no reason to say that, because how would you have a deep, knowledgeable insight into the state of my marriage? Unless you're the one ruining it.
Yeah.
Immediately the conclusion's drawn, and the miner shows up, I go, fuck you, bitch. That's it.
Yeah,
problem solved.
You know a lot of my sexual history here for being a younger coworker that I hired.
Why are you asking me about sex positions as if you know I like them already?
Yeah. Why does it matter how good? Well, like, what my husband's penis tastes like? Where's that miner? Where's the miner?
I really wish that miner would show up.
So yeah, there's like a news interview too. There's an old man in this diner. I don't know who this old man is. He either works at the mine or is a cop.
I think it's supposed to be.
I can't figure out which one it is.
The old guy that throws the punch later, that cracks Tom right in the face.
Maybe.
Or the old guy that mouths off at Tom.
It's because he's just like. He's like, oh, great way to make us look like a town of mining inbred hillbillies.
So that's Ben. I think he's just because Tom shows up and like to sign his shit and goes to Ben's house like first thing and then says, I'm majority shareholder. So I think he's just a part owner.
Okay.
I think Ben just partly owns the mine and probably worked with his dad.
That would explain why he had his father's ashes.
Exactly. And then gives them to him like, here's your fucking dead dad, you piece of shit. I hope you sell that fucking mine.
Oh, you want a resolution? Why don't you talk to your daddy? And I just respectfully chucks his dead dad on the...
Slides on like a coaster across his fucking smoking desk.
So yeah, that happens.
This is... Okay. The whole reason Tom came back to town is so that he can sell the mine and he has to sign paperwork. Here's my thing. You left for 10 years. Send a proxy. You don't need to go back.
Yeah, nobody
got
knows
a free ticket out of the town, like the fucking from Wrong Turn.
Yeah.
Stay out. Your haircut's way nicer in the city.
A miner killed a bunch of people.
Yeah, and it was your fault, kinda.
Yeah, I would probably not come back to town.
Also, I would sell the fuck out of the mine.
All those people are dead because of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't show face in town anymore.
And also, like, on top of that being something that he did, he's also... ruining a town. Like, there's a reason why the CEO of GM didn't go to Flint, Michigan in 1991. Mm-hmm. Because he was bankrupting a town.
Mm-hmm.
Don't show up. You're not going to be received nicely.
No. So, yeah, during this, like, old man conversation, he's like, you know, the town's not going to take kindly to you selling the mine.
I really love that.
It's a very Scooby-Doo-ass thing to say.
Yeah, it is.
Very Scooby-Doo.
Seems like the miner's caretaker might be on the list. I like that Ben waited just enough time to put a drink in Tom's hand before essentially calling him a dick to his face for an hour. Like, right at, like, you want a drink? And then he's, like, being hospitable for 30 seconds. Oh, by the way, I fucking hate you. I hate you and this whole town hates you. And your father, he would be ashamed. Have that vodka. It's probably got roofies in it.
You're not wrong. You're not... It's probably Silent Sam or something bottom shelf.
So that's probably why he went, fuck this place, I'm going to stay in a motel instead.
Yeah,
I
was wondering why he chose motel.
You'd think that his dad would have, like, some property left over or something from before he died or something like that.
Yeah.
And also the seediest motel that's well known to the people in the town that the only reason you stay at that motel is to fuck discreetly.
And it's Valentine's Day, so business is booming.
It is booming.
For this little lady. She's got more business than she can hold in both her arms right now.
Oh my god, her dog has more business than she can hold in both her arms.
This dog gets her into a lot of trouble.
Oh my
Mainly
God.
By just existing and running around.
And being hidden.
So,
it's never explained why this is a little person. I kind of like that it's just an actor that they hired, and it just happens to be a little person. She also has the best death in the whole fucking movie by far, hands down.
Yeah, and that's the only death a little person could... Like, you wouldn't be able to do that same death with a big person.
No.
It wouldn't have the same effect. Also, okay, so this is the caretaker of the motel. She must own the motel.
Yeah.
She has to own the motel. There's no other way to get around the fact that...
Well, her bedroom's in the office.
Her bedroom is in the office, and everything in that room is modified for a little person.
Okay.
It's a
very her-sized...
There is a ramp and a set of stairs to get up to the counter.
All right. Yep.
Yeah.
It's like fucking... What's the name of that dumb shit movie that sucked ass with Dylan McDermott in it? With the robot. The Wasteland. The little person. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Let me just hop up on my own counter so that I can meet your eye line.
The one with Lemmy and his gun.
Yeah,
that he just
yeah.
loses.
I can't remember the name of it. Probably for the best.
Yeah, we watched it.
Go back and find that episode if you want to know about another movie with a comically little person.
So yeah, this is the second I saw this person, I was like, is that a little person?
Mm-hmm.
Is that an LP?
An LP.
Are we looking at an LP right now?
Yes.
She's little. Yeah, I saw her, but then I had to see her next to something.
Her dog.
Yeah, well, honestly, it was the dog.
Yeah. So fucking Tom posts up in the same hotel that fucking Irene is banging a trucker in.
Oh, boy.
Here's my... first of all, this sex scene, I didn't need it. He walks past it and you can hear banging, like through the window as he walks past and even smirks about it. Okay, fine. I don't need to know any more information than that to glean that people are banging in the room.
Mm-hmm.
You could have just cut straight to him being a dickhead afterward and treating her like a prostitute.
Nah, I feel like this lady might be in pornos, and she was like, well, look, I don't mind.
No, I'd rather.
Yeah, this is...
Film it.
Please.
It'll make me comfortable.
She doesn't put clothes on this entire film.
No.
And she stands up and she is naked from head to toe, and
That's right.
You see everything.
So here's my problem with this dumb whore Irene. I call her that because that's what the fuck she is. This guy, as it turns out, was covertly filming the bang session
on the
which is a crime.
It's a
number
crime.
one.
Yes, absolutely. But he does throw her money, which then
it makes it legal.
It makes it legal,
minus the consent part.
That's true.
And he gives her the finger as he gives her the money too, and she's like, "I'm not a hooker. You're banging a trucker. You're banging a trucker, and you're obviously not in a relationship because he's married.
You're banging a trucker, and you didn't take note to when he turned on the loudest handy cam in the world.
You didn't hear the little, the sound of it, like the record button press noise that's loud enough to hear in another room.
You like the motor that opens the shutter on the... Dink!
Even on a DSLR.
Yeah.
Like you still hear something, you know?
Boy, oh boy.
When the aperture opens. So he leaves and she decides that she's going to pull out an unloaded gun and threaten him to get the tape back. She doesn't really seem that concerned about people seeing her naked because she's walking through a motel parking lot that's packed naked.
Yeah.
And yelling loudly.
And brandishing a firearm.
And also that. Like I think a sex tape is the least of your concerns right now. There's children about, maybe.
No. She has dignity and respect as a sex worker. I'm pretty sure that's what she's supposed to be. She said she isn't, but I saw the money exchange.
To be honest, your delivery was perfect. Holy shit. Another one. There you go. Second podcast in a row that you said something like the funniest thing I've heard in a month. So he fucking opens his truck door and the miner is just in there. And he's perched like an owl perfectly so that all he has to do is let go of the pickaxe and it goes in the top of his skull.
Oh, does it ever?
It goes real nicely in there.
But before that, she also throws that unloaded gun and hits him in the face.
Yeah, she does, and that shit was funny as fuck.
Oh, but so yeah.
How did he know the gun wasn't loaded? Really, just taking a chance on that.
Yeah. Well, if it was a revolver, maybe he was like looking.
It wasn't.
Oh well, then
it was like a tiny 22 with a clip.
Then he took his chances.
Yeah, he did.
And then he got pegged in the head for all of it.
Yeah.
And very disrespectfully, the foot on the shoulder to dislodge.
And like it doesn't quite come out as easily as it went in.
No, it never does. It never does.
So she fucking sees that and books it back to the fucking. And here, this is the dumbest. First of all, you get the best and the worst death in the same scene, basically. Because she goes into the fucking office and hides under the bed. I don't know what it is with people and going from outside to a confined space and hiding. Just keep running. You don't care that you're naked, obviously.
He's
He's in miner gear. It's the same as like scuba diving equipment from 1920. He's not going anywhere fast.
He's wearing a gas mask.
Also, he can't fucking breathe.
Exactly. So. Yeah, I wanna think that she probably thought there was going to be like another door to go through
maybe,
but
it wouldn't be big enough for her to fit through anyway.
Yeah, no. Instead, she hides.
Little person.
She hides under the California King. for this lady.
She really treated herself. Man, it's so easy to splurge when you're smaller.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
So
Charcuterie board is just 2 bolognas. in a string cheese.
Not even the fancy meat. It's just because you're little, you have to eat bolognas.
It's got macaroni in it.
2 bolognas.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that called? It's called.
It's disgusting, is what it's called.
It's got a name, and it's not
fucking gross as all shit. Like the grossest food ever invented.
Pimento loaf.
Gross.
So yeah, she's under the bed, and this little person just cannot keep control of her dog.
No. Also, I don't know what it is. Is there some kind of correlation between being a little person and being deaf? Because a naked woman ran screaming through your front lobby into your bedroom, and your concern is whether or not the dog's hiding in the closet.
Yeah. Oh my god. She comes in. She's like, "Oh, the closet door is open a crack."
Yeah. Well, you must be in there.
Oh yeah, it must be in there.
I'll tell you what's in there. A fucking golf swing of a pickaxe.
A marvelous upswing
that lodges her in the ceiling.
Go up through the chin, out the top of the head, up into the light fixture.
Which
beautiful.
I thought it was really courteous of the miner to, in this woman's final moments, give her the gift of height.
I can show you the world.
Later on, Tom goes, "Do you trust me?"
Oh, yeah. And then he just fucking leaves her dangling there.
Yeah, he does
for a little
minute.
bit.
Yeah, while he's looking for this chick who's under the bed. She can't keep her fucking mouth shut, so she gets spotted immediately.
I would probably gasp if I saw that too.
Yep, true.
So he flips the mattress off, and it's just like
it's like a mesh frame.
Yeah.
It's like a grid frame.
So then we
wire frame, I guess it's called.
Yeah. We'll call it that.
So he goes, "Well, since you're stuck behind there, let me just go get my murder weapon." And he rips the pickaxe down, and you just see her fucking body fall to the floor in a heap. And then that's the best death. And then this is the worst one. Because 3D movie. So let's have him try to hit her in the head with the pickaxe through the mesh, so we can have it get stuck in the mesh about 5 or 6 times.
It's like a weird naked game of whack-a-mole. Where she dodges all of them except for the one.
Because it's in the stomach. Because you can't move the stomach like you can dart your head away from a pickaxe coming at you.
Oh, you couldn't step to the side when you saw him swinging again?
Yeah. You do have to rear back. You get plenty of, like, he telegraphs. He's like a bad wrestler.
Oh, my God.
Fuck that. So that's a dumb death. And then she's just dead. And then we just cut away from her being dead.
Well, we cut away from a picture of that dog getting just splattered with blood.
I bet you the dog's still alive.
Just
one would hope.
One more matter of disrespect before the scene's over. Fuck that dog picture too.
I wanted to point out that while the guy that she's banging, the OTR trucker, which I don't know why you'd expect a different treatment other than to hit and quit from a guy who trucks over, like, they're gone 16 out of 24 hours at least a day. He's not gonna stick around.
No,
I'm done.
He's got families in different towns.
I rented the love room. You know?
Yeah, it's got the jacuzzi.
So I wanted to point out that we got a little bit of history here about Valentine's Day, where apparently back in ancient Rome, they would take young girls' names and put them in boxes, and you drew a name, and that was who you slept with that day, or something, as a celebration.
I think it was like for the month or the year.
And then she's like, "That's pretty fucked up, right?" And I was like, in ancient Rome, that's like the least fucked up thing.
Yeah.
Guys used to just take kids out into the woods and fuck them as a rite of passage.
Yeah, they just have rooms of naked dudes, and they're just like, "Well, our wieners are out, and this is that. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?" It's called a gym, and they have them all over the country.
Fuck. Amazing. They used to let lions eat people for sport. Like, you know?
They should still.
Yeah, probably.
But,
I agree.
Right. Oh, before she gets stabbed in the stomach, she does try to defuse the situation. I forgot. She uses her words.
Yeah.
She says, "Leave me alone."
Because he'll listen to that.
Yeah. He's listened to reason thus far.
Yep.
Yeah. The kind of guy who hides in just a truck in the hopes that somebody
waiting.
comes.
Yeah. How do you know he's going to come out that night? Maybe he's staying over.
Mm-hmm. You're just wasting valuable murder time.
Also pissed me off when she went into the fucking office. She grabbed the cordless phone and then left it. She had it in her hand.
Yeah.
Dial the number.
Do anything. Do anything.
Do anything at all.
So,
and then for some reason, inexplicably, also the camera's on during the murders. I don't.
Oh, right. Yes. Because he just kind of like gets up and picks it up and leaves and records.
It falls out of like his pocket and shit, but he's still filming. Like, real? Are you? You're not. You see him close it in the hotel room. There's no reason for it to be on and recording.
Maybe it was for like his protection. You know, if something happens, he's got this video footage of him getting shot.
Matt, it was because movie.
Don't. Yeah, I know. So we join.
Here's the problem. I'm gonna spoil the movie for you right now.
Please don't,
because it's not really a fucking spoiler if you watch it and have a brain.
Please don't.
Jensen Ackles is the miner.
Oh no!
The twist is that he's insane and he's both the original killer and himself at the same time. I knew the second Irene got killed. You know why? He's the only other person we see at the motel that whole time. And then suddenly there's a guy in a mining outfit killing people. And he's the only surviving person of a mine accident. 2 of them, actually. And also, he did that wide-eyed stare with the blood on his face when he got saved by the cops at the beginning that clearly indicated that he was going insane from having blood on his face. It's him. And the only other MacGuffin is fucking Axel, but his whereabouts are accounted for 90% of the movie because he's in scenes elsewhere.
Yeah.
He has a partner he speaks to like fucking every day. Somebody would notice his absence if he was off pickaxing people in the face.
Look, Jay.
So, just so you know, Tom's the killer. If you suspect Tom's the killer, you're fucking right, and also kudos, you're smarter than a hamster.
I was between the 2 of them.
Also, of course he kills him, because he's just trying to take his meds in the next room, and all he can hear is banging.
Oh, yeah, and then
right?
and then perverted talk about Valentine's Day.
Yeah. I'd be pissed off, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a long drive back to the shit splat town I wish I had left forever.
So with the police are investigating. Irene's heart's gone. She's in the tub. They're like, oh, jilted lover. Irene would never do that to anybody. Irene's good like that. She's a good hooker. She would never jilt nobody. I don't think she was a... I don't know. It's unclear about her profession.
They're back and forth about whether or not Harry Warden's back because people are finding hearts in chocolate boxes. That's his MO. That's the whole... That's Harry Warden right there on a platter.
Valentine's Day. What else do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote down this better not be shovelhead girl. But because they're like, yeah, we used to date.
I swear to God, it says we're meeting Irene at the beginning of the movie, but fuck,
yeah,
I could be wrong, dude.
She gets
That's
the top of her head
yeah.
removed from the bottom half of her body.
That's a big error if that's the case.
Oopsie poopsie. Even I was paying attention to that shit. So, yeah, and they find the camera. That's that whole scene.
Tom's just here. I swear, I'm just here to sign the paperwork, and then I'm going to get the fuck out of Dodge. Matter of fact, the only reason I'm still here is because it got postponed and nobody told me, and I have to wait until Monday. If I'd known it was on Monday, I would have just come up on fucking Monday, but I'm here now. Anyway, I'm going to go visit my ex-girlfriend that I dated 10 years ago and be like, hey, remember the time you left me for dead in the mine with a killer? How's your life going? I see that you're married to a guy I hate.
Yeah, can we just never mention the fact that you left me in the mine? I'm not mad about that at all.
No, we're going to exchange pensive glances, and that will be the conversation instead of having actual dialogue in our movie.
So Megan shows up for her job late because there's been a murder.
Yeah, that's not the reason.
No, it's because she was getting filled.
Yeah, again.
In the mold house.
Let me poke the baby's head.
She's going to get black lung. So, It's just coal mines and moldy houses for these people.
She's gonna have black lung. The fucking kid gets born with a respiratory infection.
So you can tell right away Sarah knows.
Yeah,
because she's like, Megan, fucking stock the display.
Just go stock that goddamn display, Megan.
Go do some bullshit.
I was like, yeah, she has to know because if she doesn't, she's the most retarded person in the town of Harmony. They basically throw her wet, used puss in Sarah's face.
Oh, they absolutely
all movie. He might as well just be coming home like dick still moist.
I'm just reading my notes and I was like, so Tom's in line and he's like, they're like, hey, where you been gone? Where have you been?
Yeah.
It's like, did you just forget that you left him to die? Am I the only one that remembers that you left him to die?
I've been anywhere but here.
Yeah.
Because of what you did.
I was lost in the mines.
Best case scenario, I was lost in the mines for 10 years.
So they have this fucking whole conversation where it's just like, oh, you're married now, huh? I wonder to who? To Axel. Oh my. Oh me.
Yeah.
Oh yes. All right. Goodbye.
See ya.
That's the conversation.
Cool.
I boiled a lot of the conversations down in this film.
You didn't need to. That was it.
That was
like,
it.
Or like, it's fine. That was the whole thing, you know, anyway.
So Sarah comes home. She's got a goddamn nanny. She's doing just fine.
Rosa, which...
She dismisses, too. She's like, I got it from here. Now that it's nighttime and everything's done, Rosa, I got it from here.
That's cool. I can sit in the house now.
Yeah, the baby's asleep. Perfect. You pop that bottle of wine for me and you're done.
Fucking... So she goes upstairs and she opens her little keepsake box and she pulls out the picture of fucking her and Tom together from the fucking Say Over the Pants hand job. Like, okay. That's not even remotely hidden. It's a box by your makeup table. I'm gonna look in there sometimes as a husband.
Yep.
And let me tell you, if the first thing I see is a picture of your one true love and you're married to me, I'd probably fuck someone else too.
I really enjoyed...
Throw that out.
I really enjoyed...
Put it on your phone instead.
No! Hard copies, always.
Oh my fucking god. You might as well just have a picture of his, like a Polaroid of his dick.
It might as well have been kept in a hollowed out book.
A glass case.
I told you not to come to the West Wing. The picture wilts. I enjoyed when all Axel does is call his wife and is like, Irene's dead. All right, I'm going to go watch a video of her naked now.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I'm calling you to tell you that this person who we saw die about...
I got porno.
She's dead again.
And I have the footage.
She gets it.
She gets it before she gets it.
Yeah. The fucking, when they're watching the footage and she's running away from the killer, it's sped up just until he steps in frame. Hilarious. It looks so silly.
Why the fuck wouldn't he smash the camera? It doesn't make sense for him to keep, like, he looks down right at it. He must have seen the red light. Oh,
nah.
I got footage of me now?
He doesn't understand how camera works. He insane.
He insane.
He have no brain left in...
Sure, but he takes hearts out and he makes sure to have fucking Valentine's chocolates on deck. And then also later on, he puts his headlamp down with the light on as a trap for a man.
Insane.
He's just fucked in the head, though.
He also throws his feces. These are the things insane people do.
Yeah, we have the footage of the killer.
We have the footage, and then the sheriff gets a fucking Valentine.
Yeah, and it's fucking her heart. All right, cool.
Absolutely. Who dropped that off?
Exactly. Did you mail it? You got the fastest postal, rain nor sleet nor heart and blood.
It's still wet.
Yeah, dude. Tom fucking decides that even though everybody in this town hates me, I'm gonna go mingle at the bar. Why the fuck do you think you'd be welcome anywhere where people are relaxing and remembering horrible things that have happened to them?
Nah. Let's go ruin their day.
Holy fuck.
I better not get punched.
Oh, well, spoiler alert. That's what happens.
That's exactly what happens.
One of the guys, his name is Red, we learn later. He punches a mirror. He tries to punch Tom in the face. And
thank God he moved out of the way.
Tom is standing right in front of a mirror, just barely obscuring the mirror, indicating to the audience that somebody's going to throw a punch at it. We're probably going to see some pretty good CG. And then, we don't because there's no 3D in the movie anymore. But I knew for a fact that he was going to punch the mirror and they were going to have the fist in the glass.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I saw that coming.
So fucking an old man hits him and he thinks for a second about hitting that old man back. And we all know that if Tom threw that, he would have laid that man out permanently. That man would die from a punch. He's the frailest, oldest man in the movie.
Yeah, I wrote down, like, when he gets punched, he's fine. He's fine.
Yeah, no, well, it's Jensen Ackles.
Yeah.
Have you seen how rigidly and masculinely cut his jaw is?
Of course.
That thing's like a brick wall.
That's all I was looking at this movie.
From the neck up, he's like Colossus. And he goes, what the fuck? But, like, you know what the fuck, man.
Yeah.
You're there, is what?
You're the problem.
Yeah.
You're clearly the problem in every
shit.
room. Yeah, there's, like, I think they were also, like, they had some fucking theories. They were throwing theories around about who the killer was.
Yeah.
And when he
there's
walked
no
in,
way
so
it's Harry or Henry Warden or whatever the fuck his name is. It can't be.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And then they just all kind of snap shut when Tom walks in.
Yeah.
So now Tom's changed his mind.
Yeah.
He's off to the mines again.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, you look and you go, oh boy. It looks like he's staking out the mines. I don't know what the fuck he was doing.
He's like over the hill with like crouching.
Yeah. It's just like, well, he's probably plotting out where he's going to murder from later.
Yeah. He's picking out the best places to hide bodies out here.
So they go down in the mine, and there's this silent guy with a hand injury, and I was like, well, that's the guy.
Yep.
That's him right there.
Mm-hmm.
This is the murderer right here. We're going to find out.
So we're in the mines now to find Ben to tell him that we're not going to sign the papers. I don't know why this couldn't wait until Ben was home after the day of work.
Nah, right now in the dirty mines.
Yeah,
I'm
bring me
bringing
down to the mine. I have no protection and barely any experience in the mines.
This white paper is going to get filthy with coal.
Yeah. Also, like, you think he's got the fucking like paperwork on him?
He's going to have a pen for sure.
You could call him and be like, tell Ben I'm not signing the paperwork. You don't have to be there.
No. Business isn't done this way anymore.
So he tries to be cheeky about, like, they're riding on the mine car, and he's like, hey, man, how's your hand that I fucked up for you? Which is basically the attitude that he gives. And then is surprised when the guy doesn't want to engage with the dude he just tried to beat up.
Were you surprised that the minecart wasn't more like the Minecraft minecart, you know?
I wasn't, and I'll tell you why.
Classic hand pump.
Only because I've seen what modern minecarts look like. Actually, these days, mostly they look like go-karts, which is kind of cool.
This guy in his fucking mine chat.
Like, you use, actually, funnily enough, one of the themes that, we'll get to that. It's like a Flintstones car with, like, so you're down there, but you're, like, totally exposed.
Okay.
I've seen people, because sometimes they're so short that you can't stand up in them. So you have to be able to operate it while, like, laying back.
Weird. All right.
Like a black guy driving a car.
Good lord. So yeah, they end up. I don't know where they just go to a spot in the mine.
Yeah, that's like a guess where Ben is nearby.
Yeah, we're gonna try and find a phone under here.
Yeah.
Oh, we found one. Great.
Awesome.
So this guy who was silent up until this point is no longer. He's like mouthy as fuck. So I was like, okay, well, this isn't the guy. He's about to get it though. And he's like calling up, like, "Where's Ben?" Oh, he's down in hole 3? Ah, shit.
You wouldn't know your ass from your dick. An ass.
You wouldn't put your dick 2 feet from your butt. And then, for some reason, because, you know, this guy owns the mine, he just walks around like he fucking owns the place.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember this mine. Look at that.
This is mine.
There's a fenced-in area, like a chain-linked thing, so that their stuff can stay safe.
This is where I was standing when I forgot to bleed the lines and killed a bunch of people.
Oh,
interesting. I just walked down Minery Lane.
Ooh, and all of a sudden, ooh,
who's that?
Well, it's a miner.
Yeah, it is.
And
which shouldn't be that unusual in a mine.
No, but this miner is out for blood.
Yeah,
and I guess they tussle, and he gets
cuts his shoulder, and he gets knocked in there, and then locked in. So again,
and he bends the
latch.
Yeah,
with his pickaxe. Immediately, I go, oh, so he's the killer, and he's crazy. Because why? The only person that this miner has encountered without killing is Tom.
Yeah.
Why? For what other reason?
I imagined he was trying to frame him.
Sure, but he also then locked him into a place that he couldn't feasibly get out of, even though he does.
Right? So everybody, totally is like, oh, well, it isn't him. It can't be him. He's locked in there. There's no way he could have done that and then done that. JK, have you seen Fight Club? He done did it.
Also, like, this death is super fucking annoying because the scene goes on for way too long. Like, he's swatting with the pickaxe at the guy's head like 7 times.
Yeah.
And then after he kills him, he just keeps hitting him.
Oh, yeah.
For why?
Because the other miners on the phone call heard that and are now running down the mine shaft to come help.
Oh.
So there's got to be a moment where it's like... Oh,
so because movie.
Yeah. Tension. It's suspense.
There's not really any tension or suspense, though, when the miner doing the killing is outside and Tom's already locked in the cage. So we just have to watch him try to get out of the cage for like 30 seconds to a minute for no good reason.
The suspense is like, are these miners going to get there in time to see this guy? You know?
Sure.
They don't.
No, they don't.
Because he's
inside a man's head.
Yeah. But we don't know that. So, yeah, there's that that's that.
Mm-hmm. They try to like imply that he was a killer, but then he's like, "Look, I was stuck in the fucking cage."
Yeah, that's his whole alibi is the fact that a piece of metal was bent.
Also, again, super convenient that Tom's the only one, and this is now the second time in the movie where he has been the only one, either as a witness or nearby a series of murders.
Yeah. So I when the guy was getting clonked in the head with the pickaxe, I wrote that he was mining for brain.
Well, he found his ore.
The miners show up, they get him out of there, and like even though they have to like unbend the latch, they still like throw him up there.
Exactly.
What did you do? What did you do?
You just got me out.
Yeah. Exactly.
Fuck.
So we're at the hospital. Sarah's at the hospital. Tom's at the hospital. He's trying to explain his nutty side of the story to some old man. I don't know who this old man is.
Why the fuck aren't the cops at the hospital already?
Because
he got admitted and is being taken care of. Perfect time to question the only witness in the murder of a very important person.
Just kidding. Axel's there the whole time. He yanks the curtain back.
How long was he behind that fucking curtain like the Wizard of Oz?
Well, he was waiting for his moment to dramatically yank the curtain back.
And nobody saw him back there rustling the curtain with his breath?
Exactly. Well, why the hell not is what he says. I forget what the thing was that he said, but yeah. And then there's like a weird jealous moment where
of course.
I forget what Tom says, but he's like, "You mean my wife?
Wife that I fuck?
I have sex with her in my house, in the bed that we fuck in,
and my kids down the hall?
That's my wife you're talking about.
That's I fuck my wife you're talking about."
She lives in my house and I have sex with her. That's my wife.
Why would you say that out loud? It's implied. You have a kid.
Oh, fuck.
Amazing. Just so that he could get pissed for no reason. Like,
hey. So Axel is now out to prove that that this killer that is on the loose is actually dead and buried, because guess what? He knows about the vigilante justice that nobody else knows about.
Ooh, boing, boing, boing. Here's the thing. This is not the kind of vigilante justice anyone would get in trouble for. The man, by the time he was killed by this ragtag group of Tom's dad's friends, had killed 22 people canonically in the movie. Mm-hmm. You did the town a favor. You didn't need to hide it. The only time it would even make the news is if he was trans.
You're not wrong.
You know how many fucking mass murderers get killed by just people that want them to die now? And it's like half a headline on page 6?
To be honest, I think you would have been better off not covering it up, because then everybody's like, oh, he's dead.
Great.
Then now we know we can.
Thank you.
I'll stop locking my doors so vigorously at night.
Exactly.
Almost snapping the little latch off.
Really happy that you guys just left it open-ended by saying he was buried alive in a mine collapse that you can climb out of.
And then oh, right, yeah, that, well, in that scene at the bar, the theory, the old man's like, they didn't even find the body.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, how do you know that? Like, anyway, they just throw that out there for no reason.
Yeah.
So, I think Tom's, at what point, where are we?
So, after this little argument, Sarah is home, and it's 2 a.m, and this is when Axel's watching the porno section of the snuff film.
This is I think this is where we're actually at the pile of rocks. We go to
we go to the pile of rocks, and I'm annoyed by the pile of rocks.
Yeah, so there's just this a sunken in pile of rocks, and they're like, yeah, we buried him under there. And then this is the part where not a single cop can confirm or deny that he's dead.
Yeah, great police.
And with looking somebody in the eyes at the same time.
Awesome. These guys would be great interrogators.
Yeah.
Later on, Axel is still the worst interrogator ever.
He learned everything he knows from these guys.
Fuck.
So yeah, they're like, so he's under there, eh? Yeah. Oh yeah, he's under there. Dead? Well, he couldn't not be.
Yeah. I think. Also, a good example of police work. Obviously, Tom at this point is already a suspect in these murders. When he shows up to the mine, the fucking cop's partner is there. And he just drives by him and says nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic work you've done. And then it's like, when he's talking to Sarah, he's like, next time that Tom contacts you, I'm looking for him. You let me know immediately. You could have had him twice.
Coulda? Nah. You know what I really loved is that we're out here trying to find this. We want to prove this body's underneath this pile of rocks.
Yeah.
We brought shovels. We get to the pile. we're
We'll
just gonna
use
go
our
off.
hands.
We're gonna go off these old men's words,
Yeah.
and we're just gonna. He's here. This is it. All right, let's get out of here. Do not move a rock. I don't want to see a single bone.
Oh, I know we're concerned about whether or not he's still alive, but don't show me proof that he's not.
Yeah, let's get all the way to the pond and not take a sip.
Holy fuck. Also, the grave at this point has been desecrated.
Oh, it's sunken in.
Yeah?
And they're like, oh, animals. Yes.
Yeah, because they eat gas masks. I didn't know that. Must have a lot of goats in Harmony.
Well,
I'm sorry, I just came across... Hey, Tom, did you know I plow my wife?
oh my God.
Yeah, the grave is about fucking 1.5 feet deep. So you probably still breathe under all that.
Yeah.
Air probably still got in there.
All we did was put rocks on him.
Fuck.
He was... It was still moving up and down with every breath.
I don't know who exactly we're supposed to root for in this movie because nobody is good.
No.
Nobody's a good person.
This interrogation scene we're in is just... Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, he wants to know if he wants to fuck his wife so bad, and then
dude. Also, why did we bring Sarah for any of this?
Yeah, he shouldn't need to be there.
She's not in the interrogation room, but she's at the grave. Like she's not going to provide anything.
No,
like she's a nurse. It's like she doesn't even have the ability to declare time of death.
She'll be able to identify bones.
Yeah,
that's a bone.
Do you think cops could do that too?
No, a medical professional.
Oh, my bad.
So we're at the interrogation where Axel is more interested to know if Tom wants to fuck his wife than if he actually did the murder or anything about the murder.
Yeah, and
he doesn't give a shit about the murder. He wants to know if Tom wants to fuck his wife.
As it turns out, he does.
He absolutely does.
Basically, because he didn't need to be there to sign the papers, he came back to a town after 10 years to break up a marriage. And he makes no bones about it. The first thing he fucking says after being like, I didn't kill anybody is, you know, she's settled for you, right? Told a grown man to his face that he was sloppy seconds. Oof. And then was surprised when the guy punched him.
Well, he thought that maybe he was going to be like a professional because he's at his job.
So our options are like the homewrecker or the serial cheater and their victims. Like those are the only people like, I don't care about any of these characters.
No.
I don't give a shit.
Not a one. They all look the same.
If they all died, fine. They all did some asshole-ish shit. Even Sarah just pieced out. Like, you know?
Yeah, I'm not rooting for anybody other than
the
pickax.
miner. Yeah.
I don't even give a shit about him.
You just care about the weapon he's holding?
How
good it is at killing things?
We find out who he is later. I don't care about him. I cared about him up until then. Now I'm just for the pickaxe. I hope the pickaxe wins the Super Bowl.
So fucking Tom runs into Sarah at the grocery store.
Again.
And she makes it pretty clear that she has no interest in talking to him. By saying, I'm at work, I'm going to work now. And he goes, well, you got 15 minutes because I already looked at the hours of operation because I guess I'm a stalker.
Oh, right.
And then they go and talk on the bridge where Sarah basically says, you could come back and we could be together. That's essentially what she says. Because he goes, I can't stop running. I have medication now that I take because the dreams have become real. And she goes, well, let's go back in time together.
Oh, my God.
So she's also like willing to throw her marriage and child away just because Tom's back and his hair's nice. So I hate everyone in the movie is my point. I hate everyone in the movie. The only person who doesn't do some bullshit is the fucking sheriff's partner.
Oh, yeah, he's fine.
He's just a cool guy in the movie who does his job.
He shows up to remind him, hey, he was in that door locked.
Yeah, and also give him a very stern look about the cheating.
A lot of tisks coming out of that man. So the old man tells Tom to get out of town, which he shouldn't because he's part of this investigation.
That's right.
I don't know.
You raise a good point there.
So
Tom just goes, nah, fuck you.
I yearn for the mines.
Matter of fact, because you want me to leave, I'm staying. Nah.
He goes right to the party mine.
Yeah.
And he's afraid, so he's got to work up the nerve as he takes a handful of pills.
Probably don't abuse your antipsychotics.
Yeah.
That's, take them on it. As per your doctor's recommendations, 4 at a time, probably isn't a good number of antipsychotics. It might actually be just psychotics at that point.
Well, I mean, he takes the pills and then he sees the light in the distance that he follows.
That we learn later on is just him. This is a weird scene because this is how he's led to the dad cabin, the dad bin, if you will.
Yes, the witch's hut.
Now, it's established by the movie that the miner is inside his head. How is he leading him anywhere?
Well, he just saw the headlamp up in the trees, and I think he's just
It's
like,
him, though.
I'm gonna walk at that. Well, he's he's crazy. He's out of his fucking mind, Jay.
So he just went for a walk in the woods insanely and stumbled upon things.
Yeah.
Movie.
He's just walking.
Movie.
That's good. I'm fine with it.
Also, if you're trying to hide in the woods, in the event that this was a real person, turn the headlamp off. Because that's what he saw.
That's fair.
Ooh.
Yeah. At some point, we are we at the old man's house now?
Ben's house when he's drunk?
Yeah.
Why-
Okay,
how
so
come-
he is drunk then.
Yeah, so Tom gets to the fucking grave that the miner shows him, and then he gets to the house that I guess he just fucking walks to it because it's so close to the fucking grave. How didn't somebody find this grave already when it's that close to the house? Also, how didn't somebody find this house already when it's that close to the grave? And then that's when we see the Valentine's chocolates that Axel left on the bed. He fucks his fucking dirty mistress on with the Valentine's Day card.
You're begging for ants.
Where she calls him, she calls herself your Megan. Why wouldn't you throw that away?
You are begging for ants.
Also that. Okay.
I don't care about
In
the
that
relationship.
house-
I just don't want ants in the bed.
In that house, you're begging for anything nearby that eats. Coyotes, stray dogs, centipedes.
Yeah.
They got all of it.
A lot of things are attracted to a lot of smells.
You basically just left out a fucking buffet for people.
Oh
And
my
by people,
God.
I mean insects and animals. Yeah, so fuck that. Annoying. He goes, I'm not running this time. It's the fucking best time to run, dude. It's the best time. That's why he says that to Ben when Ben says something to the tune of, I mean, if you stick around, people are going to think you're the killer.
Oh no, he's like, yeah, he'll come for you. Or you.
Or you. Hint, hint.
Yeah.
Now that's exactly what's going to happen in the next scene.
Well, welcome to Old Man Drunkard's house, who fucking gets drunk and holds a shotgun.
I don't know what it is about so it's not easy, but it's also not hard to act drunk. At no point, and I've been blackout drunk before many times,
As you do.
countless times, because how could you count them? I've never developed a limp that goes away when I'm sober. Ben doesn't limp any other time in this movie, but now it looks like he's missing toes.
Must have been real drunk.
He must have been drunk. He must have stubbed his toe in the kitchen. That's what it is.
Wasted out of his goddamn mind.
He still manages to load 2 bullets into a gun because he hears a noise outside. And then, because 3D movie, he swings the gun barrel from left to right real close to the camera so it sticks out.
Yeah, I'm confused as to, so he opens the door and immediately starts aiming down the barrel of this gun like it's going to help him see better in the dark.
Yeah, at nothing. He even admits nothing.
Nothing. But he does a big sweep.
Yeah, and it's a slow one too.
Fucking drunks.
A pretty steady hand for being absolutely obliterated drunk.
Yeah. So yeah, that's just in service of the 3D nature of the film.
Fuck yeah.
You get to look down the barrel of a shotgun for fun.
Yep.
So then
he waltzes back inside.
I think the old man gets attacked by a pickaxe.
Yeah, he goes, I'm aiming at shadows.
And then oh right, yeah, he goes inside and then there's
He's just in the house.
There's the miner.
And guess what?
The old man's picked.
Yeah, he gets picked. Now, this death, as cool as it is, because it is cool, he does that thing where he just forces his fucking head down on the pickaxe.
Oh, yeah, he curb stomps him onto the pickaxe.
Yeah.
Loved it.
But just knock the pickaxe, because he lodges it in the hardwood.
Yeah.
Just knock it out of the way of your eyeball.
Yeah.
And then continue to fight for your life. You must not want to live that much. You know?
This is my favorite
He goes,
death
oh
of the
shit,
film.
but you're just going to let it happen.
If you told me that somebody actually like got their eye poked out during the making of this film, I'd believe it.
It wouldn't be a surprise at all.
Yeah, no.
There's a lot of pickaxe points close to eyeballs in this movie.
So many
And,
pointed objects.
And cameras, yeah. We're getting pickaxes real close to things, sensitive things.
So,
Now we're at the fucking grocery store. It's the same night.
no, Sarah's at the police station.
Oh.
And she's looking at pictures of dead bodies.
Right.
And Axel's lost track of where Tom is. That's right.
Mm-hmm. How hard is he to find in Harmony, a town of 2,000 miners?
Well, he's the murderer.
He's also probably at the mine.
Yeah,
Like he said he was going to go.
like a fucking spider.
Oh shit! A lot of Minecraft jokes
And
in
then
this podcast.
I think they're like, oh hey, we found Ben, and you're like, oh that's good news. I'm glad they found Ben. But then there's a mammoth hit that leads you to believe otherwise.
Yeah, as if we didn't need that because we just saw him fucking die.
Yeah.
So
he's hollowed out.
Really liked in this scene that Sarah and Axel just airing out their grievances in front of the entire precinct. That's professional.
Mm-hmm.
He fucking just flies off the handle. His favorite thing to do is fly off the handle and drink while watching porn of friends he used to have.
Oh my god, I really love the plastic sheet. I forget what point this was, but he's just sitting there just watching it, and he sees Tom walk by the window.
That was a coincidence. You were watching the porn part of, of the murder tape.
Oh my god. Hey, there's Tom. Now I gotta rewind this 100 times.
Also, he's watching it loud enough for her to hear from the doorway.
You've got a child in the house.
Yeah, and she still goes in, though. Like, obviously, he wants some private time.
Not too private, though.
I'll be in a minute, Sarah.
He's doing this behind a see-through plastic sheet. So, now we're at the grocery store, and Megan and Sarah are, like, left stalking at night. And this is where Megan starts asking, like, weird, invasive questions where it's like, how do you know these people's names?
Yeah.
And, like, who get out of my life.
Yeah.
You're an employee.
So, first of all, obviously Megan is banging Sarah's husband. Mm-hmm. Why are you working with his wife? How is that a comfortable atmosphere and environment for you? Also, you have a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's not really your place to out him as a cheater.
No.
It's sort of up to him to tell her that, and he needs to.
When they have that conversation, she's like, maybe you'll tell your wife. He's like, yeah.
Maybe. That means no. Maybe means no in this case.
It certainly does.
Sometimes a maybe is just a maybe, and sometimes, well, it's a duck.
This is where she's like, yeah, Tom was there, but Tom
Axel
wasn't
was there for me when he was. Yeah.
You left Tom to die.
You did. Tom stayed there. You're the one who wasn't.
Yeah, you drove away.
Now, so maybe what she means is Axel was the one driving the truck. You know?
So anyway.
But then, he's not there for you anymore. And then she looks like, what the fuck did you just say to me, bitch?
But then sound.
Yeah. Well, we're not finished. But let's investigate the sound.
Yeah. There's a cool shot where they're like walking down a chip aisle and you see like his silhouette with the headlamp at the end of the other aisle.
Yeah.
And it like goes back to them.
Again, entirely for the audience, but that's fine.
Gone.
Yeah.
There's another one where they're like rounding another corner and Megan trips over something and he's there. Or no, he's not there. They come back around and there he is. And that's like, then they start to have this whole tussle in the store. In
the back office. Oogity boogity chase scene where all Megan does is scream way too fucking loud.
And run.
There's nobody around, but she's just wailing while she's running.
And they make it to this back office. This magic back office.
Yeah.
That, let me just tell you right now, has a button that calls the police. A button.
Mm-hmm.
Just one button.
That's right.
You push it and an alarm goes off.
No, grab the phone by the door he's trying to get through instead.
Yeah.
Also, why didn't you hit the button as you entered the back office instead of waiting until somebody died to do it?
Exactly.
Also,
I feel like she did that on purpose.
Yeah, I would. I probably would.
Fuck him. So, yeah.
I would have just like fucking thrown a Joe Louis at her face and made her fall over and then just lock myself in the back office.
Yeah.
They have to go through like the fucking. It defeats the purpose of having a police call button when you have to run all the way through the store and through the back where the shipping comes in order to find it and hit it. Have it at the front. Have it at the fucking cash register.
Also, I'll point out that back manager's office has a crazy lock on the door.
Yeah.
How selfish. Oh, there's danger? Well, I'm the manager.
Click.
I'm important.
What's that, a burglary? I'll be in here.
Yeah.
It's like my purge panic room.
I'll be in here with the money. But just like a manager's office to have an accessible window.
Yeah.
Right there.
Mm-hmm. With a padlock on it.
Oh yeah, it's good. So they enter this room, slide something in front of the door.
The desk that has the key for the padlock in it.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, this tool that this miner has for breaking stone can barely get through fake wood.
It's the shitty wood door that is super cheap that you see in houses from like the 70s.
Yeah, honestly, he could put a boot to it.
Jack Nicholson is not a miner, and he did more damage to that door in like 3 swings than this guy did in a dozen.
Yeah, and that was a solid actual door.
Yeah.
That was a good old-fashioned American-made door.
And it was an axe, not a pickaxe. I'm not sure which of those two would be more effective.
Probably the axe.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A pickaxe you'd think, though. And he's even doing the thing where he's trying to like pry shit up and off, and it's not working. It's like, this is fucking, like, this is balsa wood. This is a corkboard door.
Yeah, you could really just, like, the only thing that's holding it together are simple nails. Yeah. So he must get like a glimpse through there, and he sees that they're trying to get out the window.
Dicking around with a padlock.
So I don't know. It takes him 2 seconds to run around the entire store.
Yeah. Yep. It does.
All of 2 seconds.
And then that's your red herring because Axel just happens to be on site perfectly after the miner disappears. Mm-hmm. After he sucks Megan out of the fucking window.
Yeah. Sucks is a good.
Sarah put way too much effort into trying to save her from being killed. That sort of solves a lot of your problems all at once.
That's exactly what I wrote. Yeah, Megan goes through the window, and then, all of her problems are solved.
Yeah, because the killer's busy, and also you don't have to worry about the shitty slut that you work with forever.
So, yeah, I wrote, Axel conveniently shows up at the store.
Yeah.
Around the front door, and now he's going to go find Megan. How did he know Megan was there?
He asked.
Did he?
Yeah, where's Megan? And she goes, she's out back. Makes no mention of, she got sucked out back by a killer.
Well, no, how did he know that she was scheduled? Unless they were fucking.
I mean, you raise a good point. You raise a very good point. Sure.
Right.
Also, like, he doesn't really appear to care all that much about Sarah's well-being.
No.
She got a cut on her arm. He's just kind of like, are you all right? All right,
Where's the Megan?
Where the fuck is Megan, though?
Yeah. Megan!
All right, let's go.
So we're off to find Megan.
Well, Megan is out back.
At the steakhouse?
Oh, no.
No, she's not getting...
in the dirty alleyway that she's probably very familiar with. And her insides are out. And they're all over the wall. And this is a nice little love letter written. To directly to Axel.
Well, what does it say?
Well, it says, "Will you be mine forever?"
And what does he check the yes or no box?
I don't know that there was one, which is a fault. That's a flaw.
Yeah, because you got it. How you supposed to answer?
I would probably check off no in this case.
Well, yeah, because I mean,
you could also check off yes because technically forever is come and gone for her.
Fair enough. I was thinking like, it's a message from the killer to him.
Yeah.
I don't really want to be with a killer. So, no.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I dip my hand in her blood and check the no box.
Exactly.
So, yeah, EMS tends to Sarah because, we're done with Megan.
Yeah.
She's done.
Well, she is. There's no point in CPR at this point. It's just going to come out of the hole in her stomach.
Yeah.
Now, this is when Sarah goes, I'm not a retard, dude. I know that you're fucking.
Oh,
I know that you're both fucking, too.
Why was he trying to kill her? What did she do? Well, everybody's connected to the mine.
Everybody's connected to Megan.
Sarah knows.
Literally connected.
She knows. And the police.
In the same way an airplane connects to another airplane to fuel it in the air. That's how Axel's connected to Megan.
And the mine.
Because fucking, all right?
Yeah, I know.
Anyway,
I'm trying to make it about the mine.
Yeah, her whole implication is that she's known about this affair for a very long time. Why would you not make your coworker's life living hell if you know they're fucking your husband?
Yeah.
All she does is go stock shelves, really?
She's goddamn manager.
How about go sit in the fucking freezer until you die of hypothermia? How about you're fired because I own the grocery store?
You don't get to use the employee bathroom anymore. Public bathroom for you.
You have to use the men's.
I want people yanking on the door a little bit just to see if it's unlocked so that your poop snaps back up inside you.
Oh my God. Well, that's you're undermining your own productivity at that point.
Well, I want to make life hard.
For everyone?
Yeah.
Then she's got to stock the shelves herself.
If life is hard for me, life is hard for everybody. That's how it works. So the police are staking out Sarah's house for some reason.
Because she was just attacked.
Well, they're not, like, she's reading in the newspaper. She's not even looking at the house.
Probably Axel's just like, well, Tom's going to show up in my fucking house eventually.
Yeah, let me pick the most incompetent, eeny, meeny, miny, you're a dumbass.
Yeah.
Get in this car.
Absolutely.
And hopefully just the police presence deters Tom.
This chick sucks so bad that she offers up the position of first to go into the house with a killer in it to an old man.
Well,
I don't care if he was the sheriff at any point. He's fucking 78 and he walks like my grandfather.
I think she's like, hey, do you want to go in first? And he's like, well, I'm
retired. That's what he said. Yeah, okay, that's fine. But that's still a police officer asking a senior civilian to go into the house where there's a murderer before the police officer.
Can I just ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
In this scene,
yeah,
it's like, oh, okay, they're in the house. The nanny's like, I'm taking the trash out. She opens the door.
Mm-hmm.
She closes the door. That door opens again.
Immediately.
Yep, the killer comes right out.
Waltzes in like he owns the house.
Where the fuck? Was that a closet? Like, where was that? Where was that? What is behind that door?
My theory is that
he's like, just, how'd you not see him?
My theory was that she took out the garbage at lightning speed because she's out and in, right? But I'm pretty sure that's just like the back door to the driveway.
Maybe.
So I don't know if he's hiding around a corner or something, but there's no possible way that she would have had time to leave the kitchen.
No.
She's within earshot of the creaky door still. You'd hear that.
So there's that, but then there's also this old cop. He just comes up to them and goes, hey, he's in the house. How do you know?
How the fuck do you know that shit?
Why did you just fucking shoot him when you saw him?
Raising great points. Raising fantastic points. Because he's senile. He probably didn't even know for sure.
It's fucking suspicious. Real suspicious.
So fucking Rose is in the dryer, which is straight out of the original movie, and I appreciate that. That's a nice little homage for me.
You know, I don't know if being stuck in a dryer would cook you like that, though.
I don't think so.
I feel like even on high, like it's gonna like like shrink your delicates.
Yeah, you might get a little toasty. It's like being in a sauna.
Maybe. I don't know, maybe she's in there for a while. Maybe this is a really bad cop who's just sitting there for
you know
a
what
long
it is?
time.
Rosa's slacking on her fucking job as a nanny because she doesn't clean the filter out.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, all that moist hot air just bakes in there. She essentially got steamed, and it's her own fault.
Oh, she's right. She's cooked. Her eyelids are just gone.
In the 80s one, it was a laundromat, which I think they probably get hotter, so it made a little bit more sense.
Yeah. But it's still a damn good death. It's not my favorite, but great. It's a damn good one.
My favorite is still the little lady.
The little lady? I'm pickaxe, curb stomp.
Yeah.
Little lady than this. So Burke, right. So yeah, that happens. And then this old man's still out front and he hears a sound. And he walks over and just finds a mining helmet.
And this is what I mean. Like, you're not crazy enough to set a trap for an old man. Or not too crazy to do that, rather. Because he did that.
Fair.
And then also I was like, oh, so we're going to see Jensen's haircut? But no, because he has that fucking thing on.
Yeah.
Like, he has the the world's tightest sock wrapped around his face and head.
It looks like...
every time he pulls that thing off, he just barely saves himself from suffocating to death.
Yeah, you can hear, like, the suction.
Yeah. And he's always like he's been underwater for 1.5 years in that thing. Holy fuck.
I feel like he puts it on, murders people, and takes it off immediately.
Yeah, he does. Also cuts some mouth holes then.
Yeah.
If it's that bad.
Yeah.
You're not in the mine with it. You don't even need to have that on, really.
You don't. Maybe find a different mask that's not a gas mask. I don't know. They make lots of masks.
There's tons. I'm sure there's a Halloween store in this place. They obviously love Valentine's Day.
So you know, she finds this lady in the dryer and she calls for help, but Burke,
well, he's indisposed.
He's unable to help because of his new piercing.
Which is a good one. He gets the same piercing that the fucking guy in Saw 4, I think, gets. It's either 3 or 4.
It's like an ultra smiley.
Yeah. I feel like it's Maori cultural appropriation to get a piercing. It's David Draymond from Disturbed's piercing.
Oh, it's up through the chin and out the mouth.
Yeah.
It's so in there that he lets go of the pickaxe and it just stays.
Yeah, because 3D movie.
Yeah, of course.
And then he pulls it out and the jaw flies at the camera because 3D movie.
I loved it.
Great. In the background, they had to slow the footage down in order to match it. Also, the miner inexplicably, just to clear the frame, takes a knee after he pulls the pickaxe out.
Yeah, he did.
And you never... Burke falls over the balcony, and you don't ever hear him hit the ground. which means they got rid of the diegetic music in the scene, like the sound, in order to just have gooey jaw sound.
I like it.
I hated it.
I'm into it.
I
love
liked
it.
the death. I hated that I had to notice all that other shit.
I love the disrespectful foot on the chest to yank it off.
Yeah.
To send the jaw flying. So good. So, I mean...
it's an example of a movie suffering because of a gimmick.
Fine.
All right?
There's a child in the house.
There is. A lot of people forgot about the child.
The cop didn't. She found him.
Yeah, and told him to keep hiding in the house with the killer.
She also jammed a gun in his face as she found him, too.
Yeah, she did. She also made a fucking very grave error by saying to the child, keep hiding and don't come out unless I come get you. Which means now, if she dies, he's not going to trust anyone else.
Nope. Like a raccoon and it's stuck in a crawl space.
Nope, cop told me to keep hiding. Sorry, Mom.
Yep.
How do I know you're not going to kill me?
Yeah, a police officer told you?
Yeah.
You're going to listen.
You're supposed to listen to them.
You got to listen.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Unless you're black, in which case you get different advice as a kid.
Oh, boy. Things aren't so good in America. Things aren't so good in America.
So this is when Jensen Ackles' Tom is going to blow the lid off of the shit. He's going to blow the lid off everything.
Blows it right off.
Calls Sarah up and goes, do you trust me?
I got to show you something.
Well, no, Tom, I don't. You've been gone for 10 years, and then you've showed up again, and murders are happening. So no, I don't trust you.
Honestly, we left you for dead. We should be asking you that.
What did I write? Because I wrote something fucking funny. Oh, yeah. When did do you trust me become synonymous with promise you won't be offended or I'm not racist, but?
Oh, yep.
Because why not just tell her over the phone what you're going to show her? So that she has a reason to trust you and doesn't feel weird about being driven out into the middle of nowhere with a now stranger.
Yeah, so they leave the hospital and the fucking nurse, when Axel comes up, is like, well, where is she? She left 10 minutes ago with that nice tomboy. That's too much information.
Yes, it is.
Did you see her to the door and like ask, who are you? Where are you taking her?
The alternative is that Tom came into the hospital and got her, in which case for somebody who's on the run, he's showing his face in public too much.
That's just too much information for that nurse to have and then also still give out.
Yeah.
So Sarah gets a call from Axel while they're in the vehicle, and the whole conversation it's starting to become the situation where it's like you've got two people, one of them is a killer.
Yeah.
You got to figure it out for yourself.
Sure.
Based on what people are telling you.
Here's the thing, though.
It becomes like because he's in the hospital talking to the nurse. He gets a thing being like, hey, I got a report on this Tom guy. You're going to want to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
What's the report?
The report is that Tom, after he left, he immediately went into a mental institution. And that's where he's been for 10 years. Now, no longer does Axel become a suspect at this point. Because Tom was in a mental institution for 10 years and still takes meds about it.
It's true. We've seen the meds.
That means Tom's the killer. And let me tell you, this movie has the stupidest fucking ending for this reason. For a bunch of reasons that I'm going to get into all of them, but this is one very important reason. One of them has been in an institution, and the other is your husband and a cop.
Who are you going to trust?
Police officer, sheriff of the town, doesn't have enough time to go out and moonlight as a minor committing murderers, because he has people to go home to, number one, who are expecting him, and then also a busy job where everyone would notice if he was acting strange or coming in covered in blood.
I'm still not. I'm not convinced.
When'd you get that Halloween costume there? It's cool. I don't really know why you're putting the miner's outfit in your locker at work. But, I mean, to each their own. Is that what you're comfortablest in?
Have you been practicing with fake blood? It's getting really good.
Fuck sake.
Yeah. There's this whole call. And it's just like, nah, he's crazy. And she's like, all right, Mom, thanks for checking in. I need to get out of the car now.
Yeah.
I need to get out immediately on the middle of nowhere. My mom said something's happening. Just drop me right off here, please. Goodbye.
All of that makes so much sense. You're right. Fuck's sake. I think maybe she goes drive me home first, but then as she panics, she goes just let me out. That's fine. Made this much effort. How much effort am I showing you right now with my thumb and my index finger?
They're touching.
that much effort hiding the fact that you were talking to Axel on the phone, even though you wouldn't need to do that because Tom doesn't trust him, but it's still your husband making a phone call to his wife. There's nothing out of the ordinary about that. That's going to happen regardless of whether or not Tom wants you to talk to him.
Yeah.
And then also, didn't need to say mom because you just made yourself the most suspicious shit ever.
Yeah. As well, he could probably just hear over the speaker.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So yeah, this whole thing becomes I'm not gonna stop the car.
Yeah.
Please stop the car.
You know what? I'll stop it for us.
And stop it she does.
Yeah, with a branch.
Yeah, she grabs the wheel, they crash, and then
3D tree branch goes through the car.
3D
Yay!
tree branch. She gets out because she's fine.
Yeah.
Tom has to lay on the ground and holler for no reason.
Super loud. Like he's trying to attract wolves.
Like his legs no longer work. He flops out of his vehicle and just goes,
It's like the loudest, longest scream, except for Megan's in this movie.
Yeah, you would think like something was wrong. You would think something happened to him, but he's fine.
So this is really funny to me. Sarah pulls out the phone and calls Axel and goes, "We crashed. I'm out. I'm okay." Axel goes, "Okay, go to my dad's place. You know the place where I left the chocolates and the love note out from my mistress? Also, that's where Tom was taking her. So it doesn't matter. She ends up there anyway."
She does.
He goes, Tom in the car goes, "You know that old ass house? Yeah, that's Axel's dad's. You ever been there lately? It's pretty fucked up." Why wouldn't you assume that's where he's taking you? He's not taking you to the mine. Those are the only two things out there.
Nah, he
Axel,
even says like, "Hey, we're going to these places."
Axel, I'm pretty sure I shouldn't go to the place that he was trying to take me because I don't see him, and he really wanted me to go there whether I liked it or not.
Just get in there.
No, just go. You'll be fine. Go in there and hide.
Oh, yeah.
Go in there and hide. Pretty much just take one step in and disappear into the basement because you've fallen through the rotten floorboards.
You're not wrong.
You know?
And that's what she does. She goes in there.
She finds the fucking Valentine. The first thing she finds is the very prominently displayed love note from Sluts McGee.
On the dirty mattress.
Also, like, so she must have had that moment of like, he's doing this and then he's coming home with those bed bugs? No wonder I have to spray every week.
That's what the smell's been.
Him.
So she sees that, and inside that box is the picture.
Yeah.
Because he found that picture earlier because she left it out because she's stupid.
Yeah, she left it out on the fucking same table that she had the box right beside. Like,
she left that out, and then he left that out.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a see what I can do.
Yeah.
So that, and then she like opens a closet door, and there's just a mountain of like
chocolate boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody got the beatus eating all that chocolate.
Yeah, where'd all that chocolate go? Is that like part of the routine? I bang Megan and then we both split chocolate?
Damn, Valentine's month is popping for these two.
I feel like I'm having a cardiac arrest every Valentine's for some reason. You must just fuck super good.
So then, behind them, behind her, a door opens.
And who's behind that door?
Take a fucking guess. Who this whole time has it been? It's the fucking miner.
So, and again, we're going to escape from the miner into the mine.
Yeah, we
what
tussle.
What the fuck is that garbage?
Kitchen tussle. Frying pan to head makes a great sound.
It does always.
And then
Sarah, for some reason, because she saw the chocolates in the picture, she thinks the murderer is Axel, despite being given every piece of evidence to indicate the opposite.
You even gave this guy enough time to like put his costume on and come find you.
Yep.
So she jumps out the window, which is a second-story window on the first floor because it's like a weird house on a hill.
Okay.
That's
I mean, so it's like buried. It's built into the hill, basically.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I missed that part because I was writing, I think.
She jumps in and
I was
runs.
writing about how through the windows when she's in the house, it's fucking daylight outside. That's what I was writing about. There are fucking sun rays coming in from outside. It is the dead of night.
It's daylight when she jumps out of the house as well. I don't know how long she's in that house for.
So this is something that I kind of wanted to bring up that I forgot. But while when Tom is going through the woods and he finds the house in the first place, same thing. In the motel, when Irene gets killed or when she's outside naked, same thing. It'll be night, but it's shot with so much unnatural light that it might as well be fucking day.
Right. You know
Or
what?
it just is.
You know what? In the next scene, when she gets to the fucking mine, it is nighttime.
They can't shoot for night worth of shit when it's day. That's
Yeah.
it. It's like the fucking second season of Walking Dead. Just make it a little bluer, I guess. We'll just shoot at noon.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I used to have there was like a preset on Final Cut Pro that was that.
Yep. It's so easy, a 17-year-old can do it.
It's so easy. They do it in every TV show on the BBC.
Yeah.
So this is where she gets to the mine, and there's like a silhouette of the guy walking up, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
He never gets her.
No. We have to. I think we go to the mine so we could do like Jason Comes Home.
Yeah.
You know?
It has to be. It has to be. These two places were right next to each other. It has to be.
Somebody's walking up and she just like throws a blind hook and ends up hitting Axel in the face. Takes the gun, and now we have the movie equivalent of the Spider-Man meme, where it's Spider-Man, and they're both pointing at each other accusatorily.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's the fucking he's the clone. No, he's the clone.
And then if they both look the same, they would swap places a bunch.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Here's a real easy way to tell. Shoot one.
Mm-hmm.
They both deserve it.
Well,
because okay, either one's the killer and the other's been cheating on you for months.
Yeah, start with the cheater. And
you're either gonna
the...
hit one of them or both at the same time. Fine. You know?
Yeah.
What's the problem?
You're not wrong. Well, even Axel's like, just shoot us both then.
Yeah.
Just shoot us both.
And then Tom goes, "Oh, spoiler alert! It's me. You know how I know? Because it is."
Yeah. Let me figure this out for you. It's me.
Oh, I found your missing puzzle piece. I'm just gonna out myself by saying something that there's no way I could possibly have known had I not been the one doing the killing.
Right? Yeah. He points out that the words
"Be Mine Forever" thing.
And he's like, "Oh, well, you weren't even there. How do you know?" I even wrote, how did he know? And then the next thing was like, well, how did you know? So I'm glad I'm just right on top of the button.
You
here.
are. Also, Megan's heart is out in a Valentine's box as well when they find her.
Right.
I thought it would have been much funnier if it was the fetus. They should have gone with the fetus instead.
Fetus to fetus.
He's got a pickaxe.
He does.
You can get in there deep, man.
Disgusting.
It's like a shish kebab coming out.
He was gonna split. He split her open anyway.
You know, yeah, you just go in.
Just go in. Yeah. So there's a whole scene where they just spout off shit about each other.
Yeah, they talk a bunch of mad shit, and then they get into, and this is when the movie, if it didn't suck before, now it sucks.
Now it sucks.
Because Tom gets a vision of the miner behind him, just like turn around and shoot the miner. There's no miner there. Axel shines his flashlight. There's no fucking miner there.
Yeah, they're both looking, and then but you see him. You see him,
and then he vanishes.
Yeah,
up into Tom's head where he becomes the miner now.
So, is this a possession movie? Because
it's not.
Because he's like. Because even Axel's like, oh, that's Harry. He's living in there, aren't you, Harry? And he's like, I'm in here.
Yeah.
So is he crazy? Is he possessed?
You don't know.
Fucking one.
Either and or both. Maybe both. Both.
I don't know.
I don't
know.
That's what happened. So when he got shot, right? At the very beginning of the movie, when Harry got shot, it got blood all over Tom's face. That was the transference of spirit.
Sure.
There you go.
Okay.
It's like ectoplasm.
Fucking Chucky.
It's retarded.
Very Chucky-wucky. Up in this bitch.
Yeah. Speaking of fucky-wucky, on that note, this fight scene is so fucking stupid.
It is.
First of all, Megan has a gun. She disappears during the fight scene. She is not anywhere in any of the shots, and they go all over the mine, and she's nowhere. But then, as soon as the Tom stabs Axel, bam, she's right back 5 feet away.
Tom
Yeah.
Sorry, I have to.
Mm-hmm.
Tom picks Axel.
Fine.
When you say it quickly, it really works together.
Tom picks Axel? That sounds like a deep sea creature.
Well, he's using a pickaxe.
Yeah. I get it.
There you go.
Pick Axel. It took me way too fucking long.
It did.
But like, so there's a part before Sarah's husband gets fucking picked in the stomach where Tom's back is just to her, and you can fire several shots easily into his body.
You could, if you wanted to.
10 ring, fully exposed.
You would have to want to, though.
You'd have to also be there, because she isn't. They just took her out. So this fight scene, the entire thing is dumb and irrelevant. And because, I mean, Axel's still fine. He gets stabbed, but it's just a vehicle for Tom to escape briefly. Sarah is the fucking worst shot in the world. And then they run 10 feet away, and he comes back and he starts knocking out lights procedurally as he very slowly walks down a singular is the word I was trying to say, hallway in a mine as a single slow-moving target.
And he goes unshot.
Yeah, the whole time. We have a gun. Also, 6-shooter with 7 bullets in it, I counted. Whoopsie, guys. And then even after that, Axel goes, there's 2 shots left. No, there's not.
There physically can't be.
No. Because he didn't bring extra bullets to reload it. So how?
Because he's a bad fucking cop.
Oh, man, oh, man.
So... that's the whole fight. There's a whole fight scene.
I just wrote down, why is there a pickaxe fight when Sarah has a gun?
Yeah, and so Axel tells her, you got 1 bullet left, don't miss. And boy, oh boy, does she fucking wing him.
Yeah, which is basically a miss. All right,
it's a miss, but then
she hits her target. It's just not Tom.
Yeah, it's a happy accident.
Yeah,
she wouldn't tell you that it was an accident. She'd be like,
no,
that's
I did
what
it
I
on
was
purpose.
trying to do.
It was deliberate. Yeah,
I
wanted to blow the evidence to bits.
In honor of the 3D nature of the film, the bullet flies directly at the camera.
Yeah, it does. Like fucking like James McAvoy's gun in Wanted.
You see it go through his side.
Yeah.
Hit a CO2 tank.
Like Korn Freak on a Leash video. The explosion happens, envelops the guy. He's on. There's fire. Yeah. Let's be honest. He's dead.
He should be dead.
When you're 2 feet away from a compressed air tank and it blows up in a fireball, you die.
You tend to die unless there is maybe like all of the clothes he was wearing. It had a fire retardation to it.
Tom might not still be wearing the miner's mask, but he's smoking.
That was eloquently put.
I had to get it out. I couldn't not. It's like I
thought it was funny that he died in an explosion because he didn't clear the
right.
He didn't clear the lines,
Came
and everybody
full
else
circle.
did.
Get a taste of your own
Fuck
meds, which you apparently haven't been taking properly.
Oh, just kidding though, because we found him.
Yeah. So this is, and I've said it before on the podcast, but I want to say it again. When I watched this in the theater, they send a bunch of miners down to rescue these 3 after the explosion. And they all it fades in and they're walking in slow motion. And somebody fucking behind me goes, "Oh no, now there's 5 of them." You ruined my life that day.
You should have turned around and thrown the popcorn at him.
I really should have. But half the theater laughed. So I realized I'd probably be the bad guy for being angry about it.
You would. It wouldn't look good, but
in hindsight,
it would serve to be a lesson to everybody. You shut the fuck up in the movie.
Yeah, fucking everyone in the theater would have learned that day when I pull my penis out and piss in the direction of whoever yelled.
Love it.
In hindsight, given the quality of this movie, not that great of a loss.
So yeah, rescuers are digging up dead people in this mine again.
Yeah, sick of it. Maybe shut the mine down because this happens every 10 years.
Motherfucker. And we come across Tom.
Covered in rubble.
But not enough rubble because he can still swing that pickaxe and land a blow.
Now, again, entirely and this sucks now because now we're doing it at the end of the movie. Entirely for the purpose of 3D, the pickaxe goes into the mask of the miner.
Yup.
If you watch his swing, it's nowhere near that.
It isn't.
It's not even the right angle, even remotely. Also, okay, you just put a hole in the miner's mask. How come that's not still there?
It is. At the end, it is.
No.
It is.
No, because he takes it off. I see both of those eyes, and they're fucking fully...
I want to say there's a hole in one. I could be wrong, but I was also looking.
Anybody listening to this podcast, write the fuck in and tell me whether or not there's still a hole in the miner's mask he uses to disguise his escape.
I was looking because I was like, well, why didn't anybody be like, hey, are you okay? I see you
limping and holding your arm painfully.
Yeah.
After getting out of a mine explosion.
Big fucking hole in your...
Yeah. He walks right by an ambulance, firefighters, and everybody on the scene because there's only one way in and out of the fucking mine. So it doesn't make sense that he gets out. Sarah and Axel are both still alive. That's how the fucking movie ends. Well, he also takes his mask off way too goddamn soon.
That's what
Oh my god. He gets 10 feet past one ambulance and he's like, all right, it's time.
Nobody knows me out here.
I'm in the clear, I guess.
The movie ends with Axel being like, "Don't worry, he's dead."
Whoops. That's the second time that you've lied about that.
He says that after we know full well that he's alive and just under a little bit of rubble.
Yep.
He could get himself out of the rubble.
He did.
It's like somebody who's in
he also
bed
had
and lazy.
time during a search and rescue mission to get naked and put on a mining outfit. And also, there's just a random stranger's body down there now.
Mm-hmm.
How'd he get down there, I wonder?
Has his body always been down here?
Fuck.
Nah.
So he didn't escape. He
Well-
still has to find a car and drive away. And he still owns the mine.
Yeah, somebody's gonna come looking for him.
Holy shit.
Somebody's gonna come looking. And that's the film.
In my notes here, I gave it a 5. We're dropping that down to a 4. Because I'm now angrier than I was when I watched it.
I gave it a 5.5 because
Yeah.
there was just some good murders.
Yeah, because of the little lady. You
This-
know what?
this
I'll
was a-
leave my 5 rating because of the little lady.
This was a great vehicle for some murders.
Jelena, if you're listening, it's still a 5. Don't worry.
5.5.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
All right.
I wish they'd done a better job with the 3D.
Well, what can you do?
So,
All right.
and this is not an exaggeration, spent 45 minutes to an hour trying to figure out what the fuck I could possibly have for themes to suggest to give you this list of movies. I have 3.
I'm surprised you got 3.
The first one, The Dangers of Industrialization.
Ooh. Okay.
Because it's a mine and it keeps fucking collapsing and exploding. And it's
Okay.
industrial revolutionary shit.
I like
Alright?
it. All right. That could be good.
Second one, murder weapons also found in Minecraft.
I like it. Okay. Okay.
And the third one is Coming Home for the Anniversary.
I can't think of a single one of any of those.
All of them, and this doesn't happen very often with mine. Like, my shit tends to be a little bit loose, but all of these are fucking pinpoint related
Well, then I need to
to
know.
the themes.
I gotta know.
Yeah.
The one we're gonna do. Because I'm very curious. You've piqued my interest. The Minecraft one.
Murder weapons also found in Minecraft.
Lay it on me.
We're going to do The Hunt next week.
Okay.
I have not seen it.
Okay.
Point being, there's a pickaxe in this movie. In The Hunt, the primary weapon is a bow and arrow.
I like it. What were the other two?
I was torn on that one between choosing another movie with a pickaxe in it as well.
Okay.
And I also almost did Silent Night, Deadly Night, but I watched that's Garbage Day.
Oh, yes.
But I can't. That might be the sequel. Either way, I couldn't get. It's from '83 and it's so fucking low budget, and I just couldn't handle it this week. I don't want to.
It's fair.
For Coming Home for the Anniversary, Black Christmas,
Okay.
and he also comes home from a hospital. And then for the Dangers of Industrialization, The Bay, because it's sort of about factory farming.
Oh, that one would have been good.
Yeah. I keep putting The Bay on every month or so,
Yeah.
and we're gonna get to it. The list of found footage movies that I think are acceptable for this podcast is pretty short, but that one's on there for sure.
Oh, yeah, we'll do your short list, and then we'll do the longer version of that.
Yeah, because
they're
we
all
got to get into
good.
the garbage eventually, right?
Oh, man, The Bay would have been good. All right, The Hunt, though.
Yeah,
All
The
right.
Hunt is it's sort of like The Purge if there were one location.
I'm in.
I guess just a bunch of rich people hunt poor people for sport in the woods. There's more to it than that. Seems a little Hunger Gamesy from the trailer.
Seems like just everyday life. Seems like fucking just
You're right.
this just hard knock life.
Yeah. So yeah, aside from guns, there's it's a bow and arrow. I saw a bow and arrow in 15 scenes in the trailer.
All
So
right.
yeah.
I
Also
accept.
hunting, you know.
I accept it.
Grindhouse Movie Club.
Boy, oh boy, do I ever have to take a whiz.
I happily recommend Scream over My Bloody Valentine any day of the week. Although this one does have a death that's better than most of the deaths in Scream in it.
Yeah.
At least one. Several, actually.
I got to agree.